in around 20-odd minutes' time. The men's javelin throw F34 will also head out. And here's the women's discus throw F38 category, and Noelle Lenihan will, you know quite well.
Yeah, the double European champion 2016 and 18. She's been the silver medalist in the last 2 World Championships. Mina's the champion. Caitlin Dorr. Lisa Adams, who won the shot put as well, and coached by her fellow World Championship shot putting sister, Valerie Adams. Ramoon Adamatiene of Lithuania, the first of the field of 11. Here is Noelle Lenihan, who is the F38 world record holder.
Noelle Lenihan.
This is an event where we could have quite a lot going on in this. There's a brand new world record in the past couple of weeks at F37 for Li Yingli. For Canada, 31.46, lifetime best. She came within a centimetre of that this year, Renee Fassal. In lane 5 is Saudi Arabia, Amal Al-Amari. In lane 6, the multi-medaled across so many disciplines, discus shot, javelin, Eva Titinska. For New Zealand, lifetime best of 22.19, Caitlin Dorr. Here's the champion from London 2 years ago, defending her crown. It's China's Mina.
Throwing at 9, ranked #1 in the world.
For South Africa, 33.09, a lifetime best set this year. Simone Kruger. For New Zealand, the new shot put world champion, just like her sister was for so many years on the IAAF circuit. It's Lisa Adams. For Canada, 31.32, the lifetime best. Jen Brown. Well, this could be ultra competitive, and there's a good chance a lot of records could fall in this. Lisa Adams has only taken up para-athletics this year. There was headlines made due to the quality of her rugby play, despite the fact F38 is coordination impairment. And then it was discovered, hang on, this is Valerie Adams' sister, who was all right throwing the shot put. And as it turns out, a very good coach. So they get a few throws in the cage. As you'll see, nothing being measured. It is the less affected of the coordination impairment categories for the standing coordination impairment. Now Mina defending her crown. It was 35.08 2 years ago, in which she won in London. And that is the championship record. Oh, yeah. Well, you can't see it, but I can. She almost hit a couple of officials who were not paying attention. There are flying objects here, people. That's actually one of the officials there. Track action starts shortly. Quite a few field events to have a look at. Actually now...
he's watching this time.
Yeah, quite wise too, as he should be. I should tell you very briefly, while we have time, if you were with us earlier today, Sarah Andres Barrio set a new world record in the T62. She qualified for the final of the women's 100 meters T64. Now in the past hour, there have been appeals X, Y, and Z. She's been disqualified, and her place in the final has gone to Marissa Papakonstantinou. That will be on at around 8 o'clock our time, at around 2 hours' time. This also means, of course, that she loses her new world record, and she's the athlete who was celebrating in the rain in London 2 years ago and did a brilliant somersault here for us earlier today. Sport is harsh.
The first semi-final in the men's 100 metres T11. This will be harsh for those who miss out. The world record holder, David Brown, will go in this first semi-final. There he is in lane 5, 10.92. That world record set 5 years ago now. Best part of 5.5 years ago, back in April 2014. So 4 to go in this. Complete visual impairment, guide compulsory.
In lane 1 with the best of 11:47.
Gerard Descarrega, Puigdevall. Lifetime best set this year of 11.47, 2016 and 2017. In Rio and London, 400 metres gold medalist. He goes in 1. Lucas Prado. Championship record. He holds set 5 years ago. And there is David Brown of the United States, the Paralympic champion. And also the double defending world champion in 2015 and 2017. And Felipe de Sousa Gomez will go from lane 7. 2016 he won 4 by 100 gold. In 2012 took bronze. 2016 in Rio silver.
In the final is guaranteed to the winner of each of 2 heats, plus the next 2 passes.
Has a school named after him in a Rio neighbourhood, actually. De Sousa Gomez. But this man here, David Brown, world record set 5 years ago. Will we see a world record or a championship record this evening? There's the man who holds it, the championship record. 6 years ago in Lyon in the 2013 World Championships. 2 Brazilians to go in this one. The winner automatically qualifies. Then it's the 2 fastest losers who go through from the first and second semi-final. Quite some record Prado has. 2011 he won the 100, 200 and 400 gold. 2013 he won the gold in this, and then came David Brown to spoil the party. Team bravery. David Brown and Jerome Avery, his guide. Interestingly, he's been training to the 400 and has a new guide of difference in that and goes from a different side. Anyway, in the 100, they are away and Brown gets away very quick indeed, but on the inside, there's Lucas Prado, the championship record holder, who has the outside running, and Prado's going to take it, and I think Brown may well have been pipped by the other of the Brazilian. It is a championship record of 11:02, so Lucas Prado, 1.4 the speed, so no problem at all with that. Lucas Prado has broken his own world championship record that he set 6 years ago in Lyon. Well, I made a deal of it beforehand. It's been 6 years, and he's broken it. And I think the world record holder, David Brown, may be in a bit of trouble. 11:02, a championship record for Lucas Prado, and it is Brazil who take 1-2. De Sousa Gomez out wide in lane 7. So Brazil 1-2. With the USA in third, but Prado got away very quickly indeed, as did De Sousa Gomez. Very, very quick. You just see there, David Brown struggling somewhat, almost going backwards as Prado went forward, and then on the outside, De Sousa Gomez takes second, but a championship record for Lucas Prado. Well, well, well. Wonderful run. Brown, by the way, came in at 11:25 in third place. So that will be something to keep an eye on. De Sousa Gomez, 11.20. So Lucas Prado, a championship record, wins the first semi-final in the men's 100 metres T11.
And those are the official results on
So
the
Prado,
scoreboard.
confirmation of a championship record, 11.02. He's through to the final. D'Souza Gomez with a season best in second. And Brown third, the world record holder, Descarrega Puigdebal with a lifetime best of 11.43, rounding up the field.
Great way to get him hooked on athletics, Young. So in terms of upcoming events, the first track final is in around 40 minutes time, the women's 100 metres T11. And by that stage, we'll have 3 field events up and running. The men's javelin F34 will be on as well. Could be a big night for the Dutch. There are 3 finalists in the women's 100 metres T64 final. Alkamada, Van Ganswinkel and Fleur Young. Women's shot put F54 also about to get underway, along with that men's javelin. So the second semi-final of the men's 100 metres T11, and we've got 2 of the medalists from the 400 metres here.
Semi-final number 2.
Timothy Adolphe just getting set. The new 400 metres world champion, Timothy Adolphe. Could have won 2 golds in London, but in the end was disqualified and won and fell before the line in the other. Silver in the 400 here to Daniel Mendes de Silva. Actually watched back earlier today those 2 finals in London that went wrong for Adolphe, and he was waiting a long time, but he's a world champion now. Daniel Mendes de Silva of Brazil, the twice 400 metres world champion and the 400 metres silver medalist here. His guide, Wendell de Souza, the former guide of Felipe Gomez. In lane 3 for France, the new world 400 metres champion, Timothy Adolphe, and his guide, Bruno Napri, 5 times European champion as well. In lane 5 for China, bronze in the long jump here, a 4-time world championship medalist in London, Di Dong Dong, with his guide Lian Jia Geng. And in lane 7 for Namibia, the reigning 200 metres Paralympic champion, Ananias Shikongo, and his guide Evan Javicha. Only the winner goes through to the final of the next 2 fastest losers, and for those who don't win, 11.25 is the targets. Di Dong Dong, who is the reigning Asian Games 200, 400 and long jump champion. He didn't win the 100 for the clean sweep. He won bronze in that. And great to see Adolphe finally get over the line. Literally to get a world title. Shikongo, who bowed out in the 400 in the semi-final stage, as did Di Dong Dong. So it's Mendes in 1, Adolphe in 3, Di Dong Dong in 5, Chikongo in 7, with the winner to qualify for the final of the men's 100 meters T11.
Set.
And away first time. Great start by Adolphe. Di Dong Dong behind him, and now Di is trying to get in front of him. It's very close between them. It's between Di and Adolphe. They're pushing strongly. Adolphe gets there marginally. Di was really pushing it towards the end alongside his guide. But Adolphe is into the final for me. 10.95 is a sensational time. It's inside the championship record we've just seen, but the wind speed is huge, plus 3.8. Di Dong Dong, 11 seconds dead, loses a lifetime best because of that, but it's probably because of the wind speed. It was 11 seconds. Problem for Adolphe in London was that his guide, his former guide, crossed the line before him in the final of the 200 meters, and he fell just before the line, just as he was about to get the gold in the 400. Two athletes fell, and Descaraga Puigdeval, who was in third, ended up taking the gold instead, like an Australian speed skater. And Chikongo has been disqualified. So Adolphe wins, Di Dong Dong in second place. And Chikongo, who is the reigning 200 meters Paralympic champion and won bronze in the 100 in Rio, won't be winning a medal here.
In the field is the men's javelin F34 final.
والآن مع رمي الرمح رجال فئة F34 النهائي.
Sport classes F31 to F34 are allocated to athletes with coordination impairments. Athletes compete in a seated position. The impairments typically affect the ability to control legs, trunk, arms and hands. The lower the number, the more significant the activity limitation.
The athletes are
crowd building. Timothy Adolphe with the fastest time. Di Dong Dong makes it, along with Lucas Prado and Felipe de Souza. So David Brown is out. Descaraga Puigdeval disqualified. Chikongo disqualified.
Throwing at 3 representing Egypt.
They'd finished third in their respective semi-finals.
Throwing 5th ranked, number 2 in the world for the People's Republic of China.
So the women's discus throw F38. We saw them a short while ago with their warm-ups.
Quick look at the latest standings. Mina, championship record 36.30. Simone Kruger has set a world record 33.23. Impressive for the 14-year-old. Here comes the European champion, Noel Lenihan of Ireland. Bronze in the Paralympics in Rio, silver in the last 2 worlds. That's heading out towards 30 meters. She threw 30.34 in the opening round. So Kruger with that world record, F38, has broken the world record of Noel Lenihan just now. And René Fossel has set a new America's record for Canada to go for, 31.49. That looks to be short of 30 though for Lenihan.
Just reflecting on those T11 semi-finals in the
29.67, she's in 5th place. North Cork AC trained by her father, Jim Lenihan. Li Yingli now for China. 32.57 has her in third place.
3.8 meters per second. So the wind has a tail almost three times as strong.
And that's a red flag, so no joy for Li. Just went a little bit wrong for the woman whose golds have come either in relays or on the track. The 200 meters 4 years ago across the Gulf in Doha. Now, after that impressive America's record, it's Renee Vassell for Canada. A standing throw. That is some strength to be able to do that. 31.49 in the opening round, and I just wonder if she's not gone and done it again. It's impressive to be able to produce a throw like that with such little movement. It is coordination impairment, of course. Bronze in Lyon, fourth in London. And she stays in fourth, and it's another America's record, another Canadian record, 31.80.
33.23, F38 world record.
Next up, it's Amal Alamari of Saudi Arabia. In 10th position. Her second attempt, her lifetime best 10.06 set this year. She's some distance off that at the moment.
تتصدر المجموعة الصينية لينا بمسافة 36 متر 30 رقم آسيوي، والثانية الجنوب افريقية سيمون كريغر 33 متر 23 ورقم عالمي جديد.
Well, that one didn't go very far. You heard it thud onto the cement. It's the coordination impairment category. .762, so no improvement on her opener of 8.23. So from the Czech Republic, Eva Datinska. That is a foul straight away from Datinska. She's hit the side netting. Red flag goes up. And you see her throw her arms in the air there in disgust.
And on the scoreboard, and at the top of the straight, big news from
Caitlin Dorr of New Zealand, her second attempt. She's in 9th position at 18.79.
And for Francisca Mardones Sepulveda of Chile, a world record of 8 meters 19 in the F54 women's shot put final.
That is a red flag as well. Released too early. Caitlin Dorr was in the shot put that Lisa Adams won as well. You can see there, released too early, hits the side netting, and the 23-year-old registers a foul on her second attempt. From Christchurch, Mina, the F37 championship record holder. One gold in the discus and shot put. 11 years ago at the 2008 Games in Beijing.
It's time for the heats of the
That
men's T37
is out there, but the question is, has it landed inside the lines? It looks like it has.
نستمر مع مسابقات المضمار.
So it will be a measurement.
فئة تي 37 الدور الأول التصفية الأولى.
That is very long indeed. Her championship record is 35.08. It just misses the side netting and curls its way back inside.
Ability to control legs, trunk, arms and hands.
There'll be 3 races.
A new championship record. She's beaten it
Will go through to the final.
by 1 centimetre on her previous championship record. She broke it in her first throw.
In lane 7, ranked 8th in the world record holder of this discipline.
So here is the youngster
حارة 7
from South Africa, Simone Kruger, 14
In lane 5,
years of age, and set a world record with an opener of 33.23.
Yogo Penomo,
Kruger in the F38 category.
Brazil.
حارة 4 ممثل برازيل.
Christian Gabriel Luis da Costa.
And that one, though, isn't going to be
In
as
lane 3
far.
for Uzbekistan.
حارة 3 ممثل أوزبكستان.
Well, adrenaline does strange things at times. And that first throw was absolutely massive from Kruger. There are 6 in this F38 discus throw who are F37, and there are 5 more who are F38. 28.99 for Kruger. She stays in second place.
So Lisa Adams, who won the shot put, it obviously runs in the family. Don't forget her brother also plays in the NBA, so how about that for a talented sporting household. 23.32 in the opening round. That's just beyond 20 metres for her. And it's a battle of the 2 Kiwis at the moment between Adams and Dorr to get into the top 8 and to complete the competition. Shot put her speciality. She's only got into athletics and para-athletics this year. Did some great interviews after she won gold the other day in the shot. Here's Jen Brown, not wasting any time, lying in 6th for Canada. 28.12 in the opening round, and that bounces around 25.
23.26, they were separated by thousandths of a second. But Badovin and Luis da Costa, the winner.
So that's not going to make any progress for her. Really are flying through this competition. Mina leading 36.31 with that championship record from a few moments ago. She's broken the championship record twice. Brown does improve, 29.17. Ramon Adamatiene of Lithuania, medalist on the European scene. .23.62 she's thrown, that's her best to date. 26.05 her lifetime best set this year. Emulating that would rise her 1 place, would displace Lisa Adams. She's only a centimetre actually behind Adams with that 23.63 a few moments ago.
There's the results. In fact, those are the standings in the discus. We're partway
Is
through
that
round
an
3.
improvement? It is certainly around the same area. Normally you do have those curved lines every 10 metres. We don't have them at this championship. Adamatiene does not improve, 22.54. She stays in 8.
So just while we're waiting, earlier today in the men's 100 metres T47, as Noelle Lenihan gets set, we might let her throw first, and then we'll come back to this in a moment.
She's lost her world record. She's down in 5th, 30.34. Kruger going out to 33.23, but that is beyond 30 meters. It's certainly around the 30-meter mark. And that is a decent throw. Fighting for a spot to claw back up the table. Remember, silver medals for the Irish thrower in the last two World Championships in Doha and in London. She's in a position currently just about 2.25 meters off the medals. 32.57 is bronze. 30.34 earlier. 31.68 now, which is close to her old championship record, but at the moment keeps her in 5th spot. Li Yingli in the bronze medal position. That's short of 30.
While we wait for that, just to let you know from earlier today in the men's 100 metres T47, Patricio Ferreira dos Santos, a world record of 10.42. Now you may wonder sometimes when you see athletes who have got marks that are actually better than a world record, and you wonder why that isn't a world record. Well, I can tell you that this is the fastest ever result in a World Para-Athletics sanctioned competition. So it has to be a World Para-Athletics sanctioned competition, as Li Yingli records a mark of 26.41, doesn't improve and stays in 3rd position. So if you're wondering at times why you see marks which are actually better than a world record, the answer is it has to be in a World Para-Athletics sanctioned competition.
Renee Fussel's about to throw. There's another point to make out of that, which will come shortly. But she's thrown 2 America's records in this so far, 31.49 and 31.80, and she's in 4th position, just around half a meter off bronze, and that falls around 30. So our, it's fair to say, former now commentary colleague Pierce O'Callaghan, who's an IAAF official, he did tell me before when I was commentating with him for Irish television on the 2012 Paralympics that, say, if Jason Smith ran, let's say 9.8 or 9.9 here, using Jason Smith as an example, that would count as an IAAF national record, because this event is run under IAAF circumstances, but it doesn't happen in reverse. 30.60 for Fussell, she stays in 4th. Lying 10th for Saudi Arabia, Amal Al-Aghmari, who we also saw in the shot put. She finished down the field in that.
On the track, it's heat number 2 out of 3 for the T37 men's 200.
She's a 10-meter thrower, and something like that would be nice to see here.
Well, she did hit the 10-meter mark.
That's a red flag.
Yaroslav Okapinskaya. Lane 7, ranked number 6 in the world for Brazil.
8.23 her best.
Lane 6 representing Algeria.
But good to see her in competition. Great to see a woman representing Saudi Arabia on the international stage. More of the same, very welcome. Eva Detinska, who's a multiple medalist across different disciplines. Eva Burnett, her maiden name. And she's had 2 no throws so far. Needs that to be significantly over 20 meters in order to continue. We'll see.
First 2 to the final.
Gets a mark on the board. Factor no lines is a bit distracting because that is well over 20. 25.42, she's in 7th, and she will remain in the competition unless the 2 New Zealand throwers here knock her down. Dorr and Adams, and it's Caitlin Dorr first. Coaches Raylene Bates and John Eden, based in Dunedin. 7th and 8th in the javelin competitions in Rio and Doha, respectively, in the Worlds in 2015. That's a red flag, and Caitlin Dorr is out. 18.79 was her best, and she won't progress. Unfortunate for the 23-year-old. Well, she knew she had to add 5 meters to her best mark of the night. She actually needed to add 1.5 meters to her lifetime best. So Dorr is out, Maria's out, and because of Tatinska a few moments ago, also out is Ramun Adomatiene of Lithuania.
Are going to be the first two. Another close one. I think Kovasov just took it. Once again, the wind speed, a huge tail.
So Minar's thrown 2 championship records so far, 35.08 and winning in London. 36.30 and 36.31 she's thrown so far, and that is huge. That is very long. Has that improved her mark? She's leading Simona Kruger of South Africa, the 14-year-old, by 3 meters right now. It's a scintillating throw by Minar. Has she produced something quite remarkable here? It's around the same range as before, but slightly shorter. 35.73. She is our leader. And here is Kruger.
Well, what were you doing at 14 years of age?
Africa threw a world record in this combined category.
Not throwing discus world records, I'm guessing.
At 33.23, she's back into the circle for round 3.
So 3rd attempt from Simona Kruger, and that is big as well. Well out over the 30-meter mark. 33.23 with her opener, which was the world record. Her second, the release just wasn't up there. But this one is not far and thereabouts with her world record. The question is, how close is it? Wonderful power, wonderful speed, wonderful throw. 33.01, she's 22 centimeters down, but she still has that world record, and she's second after her 3rd attempt. So Lisa Adams, she's on the cusp, she's in 8th position. The shot put world champion with her 3rd attempt. It's out over the 20-meter mark, 23.63 with a second. It's not far off that mark.
It's interesting she's decided to give the discus a try, as she has the technique for the shot put, and obviously her coach, Valerie Adams, has the technique for the shot put as well. Discus a different beast. But she's improving in it, isn't she?
Different set of muscles altogether. Really?
Jen Brown to round off the first half of the competition, 29.17 in round 2. For Canada. That's out towards 30 meters again.
Well, she looked relaxed, didn't she, when the presentation was taking place? Gave a big wave and smile at the end. She was the last one to greet the crowd. She's throwing with that same relaxed attitude as well.
Well, her lifetime best, it's worth telling you, is 31.32. Her season's best is 29.35. She's come close to the season's best, and she's set a new lifetime best, 31.55, and she's 6th.
women's shot puts. 2 complete sequences of throws. Still Sepulveda leading with
Well,
that
she's done well,
record
Jen.
for Chile.
So it's halfway. There'll be a small break, but Minar's our leader after 3 rounds. The championship record 36-31. Simone Kruger with the world record in the F38 of 33-23, and Li Yingli, the world record holder, set at the end of August in Tianjin. She is in 3rd. Moon's out.
Lovely shot that. Wonderful. Actually looks better on the television than it does standing here looking at it from distance. The third heat of the men's 200 metres T37, just to let you know, in the first one, it was Christian Gabriel Luis da Costa who qualified, as did Andre Verdovin. And in the second one, it was won by Cherman Kumasov. With Charles Dutoit also going through. There are 6 to go in this one. Including Mikhail Kotkovsky, the European champion. There is Vladislav Zalobinyi. He won European Championship silver last year. He was bronze in the long jump already here at these championships. Vitor Antonio de Jesus, 200 and 400 gold medalist in the 2019 Parapan Games. There is Mikhail Kotkovsky, European gold medalist in the 2 and the 4. Ali Al-Nakli, he was 5th in the 100 metres here already, 6th in the 2018 Asian Para Games. And inside him, from Iran, Davidali Gassemi, bronze in the 2018 400. And Noah Bak-Pedersen of Denmark, he was 6th in the European Championships in this event last year, so he'll have his work to do with a lifetime best of 26.22, his season best 27.15. So the top 2 automatically qualifying. Andre Verdovin, who went through in the opening heat, holds the world and championship record set in Doha 4 years ago. So Zalobinyi will go from 8, De Jesus from 7, Kotkovsky from 6, Al-Nakli from 5, Gassemi from 4, Bak-Pedersen from 3. And they get away with no problems whatsoever and going very fast indeed. Vitor Antonio de Jesus goes flying around the outside, and also Mikhail Kotkovsky from lane 6 is moving around as they get to the 100-metre mark. It is de Jesus who leads at the moment from Kotkovsky, and coming through on the inside, Al-Nakli has now got the pace on, but it is going to be de Jesus. The battle is going to be on the 2nd place, and it is inside Kotkovsky. It is Ali Al-Nakli of Saudi Arabia who takes it 23.01, a wind speed of plus 2.3, so that wind really blowing behind as well. Vitor Antonio de Jesus, who won 2 and 400 gold at the Parapan American Games. That man there, Ali Al-Nakli, goes through in 2nd place, so qualifies automatically. Kotkovsky, 23.55 for him. As we wait to see who goes through as those 2 fastest to advance, but De Jesus straight up on the outside. As he came around for the 100 mark, he was a big leader by at least 5 metres and cruised through to the end with Al-Nakli. 23.46 for him, so a new lifetime best for the Saudi Arabian. although wind speed of plus 3.5 will wipe that. Mikhail Kukovsky, I can tell you, has qualified despite finishing in 3rd position. So De Jesus wins it. Nakli 23.46 in 2nd, and Kukovsky, despite finishing 3rd, does go through to the final. So there's our lineup. De Jesus leads the board there. Kobosov and Andrei Vdovin, the championship and world record holder, also through for Russia. 2 Russians, Kobosov also through as well.
Including her series of throws in the shot puts. 6:58 so far is a personal best. Final throw for her, the clock counting down at 43 seconds. She's in 3rd place in that competition, being led by Sepulveda of Chile with a world record. Still 7
The
athletes
action
to throw
continues
in the F54 women's shot.
and intensifies. We're into the finals now, and it's the women's 100 meters T11. 2 from Brazil in this. Lorena Salvatini Spalladore, most noted as a long jumper. She's been the long jump world champion. Xiao Guha is the reigning world champion, and she's claimed the long jump here.
Current standings on the scoreboard. An F37 championship record ahead of an F38 world record at the top of the tree.
Gabriel dos Santos with her guide Gabriel dos Santos. Now, we saw some incredible times in qualifying. We saw the championship record broken by 3 people, but wiped out all the way due to the tailwind. Went beyond the allowed mark of +2, and we've already had world record ruled out tonight for that.
F34 javelin over by Turkmenistan. 1 complete throw from Hussein Kafaji of Iraq. 34.70. Next man is in reserve.
Xiao Guha. Well, what an exciting long jump try for her. She translates for her teammates when they're abroad, as she's a fluent English speaker.
خفاجي 34 متر 17 ويستعد اللاعب الصيني شانغ كوينغ للمحاولة الثانية.
Xiao Guha took the sprint double 100 and 200 in London, having previously been the 100 meters champion in Lyon in 2013 at the Stade de Rhône, coached by Hu Zhengguan from Guangdong province. High kick routine is set. Salvatini Spalladore is halfway down the track. We're hanging on for her. A lot of action on this runway tonight, as the women's long jump is going to be on as well. And Lorena Salvatini has returned. T11, complete visual impairment, all with guides. It's mandatory. Here's the 4 for the final. In lane 1 for China, the 400 meters world champion from 2 years ago, the 4 times world champion, and the reigning Paralympic champion over 4, Liu Kujing, and the guy Zhu Donglin. In 3, the Pan Am champion for Brazil, a 2011 relay world champion, Jerusa Gaber dos Santos, and the guide Gabriel dos Santos. In lane 5 for China, the reigning world 100 meters champion and 200 as well. She is a 4-time world champion. She's won the 100 meters twice. In the Paralympic Games, silver in the one. It's Xu Guha who won this title at London 2012. And in lane 7 for Brazil, the Pan Am bronze medalist over 100 and 200 this year, the 2013 long jump world champion, Lorena Salvatini, for Brazil, with the guide Renato Oliveira.
Nice and quiet once they're under starters' orders.
Jerusa Gaber with the world record set in Sao Paulo 5 weeks ago. The first track final of the night. Teresina Guillemina with the championship record, an incredible champion. She was on the front pages of the sports magazines. Your formal look: Liu in 1, Gaber in 3, Zhu in 5, Salvatini in 7. And Teresina Guillemina managed to kick Neymar off the front pages of the sports mags for a while, which is no bad thing. So the final of the women's 100 meters, T11. Liu, Gaber, Zhu, Salvatini.
Set.
And they are away, and what a blinding start it is by Xu Guhao. And here goes Gaber dos Santos of Brazil, and she's alongside with Liu. Liu in 1, Gaber dos Santos is going to make it, I think. Gaber dos Santos just ahead of Liu by the look of it. 11:81 is inside the world record, but the wind speed is too strong on her back. But she is the world champion. That's what she came for. It's her first global gold in her own right. Praise for above. She had quite a bit to do with it as well. 11.80 is an awesome time. It's 0.05 inside her own world record, but it won't count as a world record. Liu did magnificently. She pushed her all the way. 11.87 would have been a lifetime best for her, but obviously all those marks are pushed over, and it is bronze for Salvatini. That is her first global individual track medal for the former world champion in the long jump. She's won silver in the long jump as well. And in the Paralympic Games, silver in the 4x1 in Rio. But Jerusa Gaber dos Santos fighting with Liu all the time alongside each other, being informed by the guides who did their job well. They released, made sure they didn't pass in front of their athlete. There are certain athletes who can tell you a lot about that. The world record would have been nice, but when you come to World Championships, it is about being the world champion. And Jerusa Gaber has done it. Her first international medals coming in 2011. She is the Pan Am 100 meters champion. She's the world champion now too. Jerusa Gaber dos Santos, 11.80. Liu Kujing, the silver for China, and Lorena Salvatini, the bronze for Brazil. 12.14 for 4th. That's 100th outside the championship record. That is incredible. Another race of immense quality, and championship after championship, the standard continues to stun. Brazil have a 7th gold medal of the week, 17 medals in total. China with 15 golds, 35 medals overall. Ukraine, Great Britain, Russia, and Australia all having a great week. But as we always say, there's some nations for whom one solitary bronze medal is a magnificent week. It's not a race.
Well, the track finals are coming thick and fast this evening. Just the 5 gold medals this morning. They were all in field events. This evening, we have 18 gold medals in total. And Japan will hope to be among them.
Anticipation growing. We've got some very, very high-profile deciders tonight. We've got the T12 200 meters final coming up later. Amara Duran, that's in around an hour from now. Women's 100 meters T64 with a Dutch treble threat. And obviously the men's 100 T12 also, in which potentially fast times expected too, and the women's long jump too.
Women's long jump T63. Vanessa Lowe, who didn't compete in London in 2017. She was our guest commentator. She'll be competing not for Germany, but for Australia this time. And her husband, I no doubt, is watching back home. Good evening to you, Scott. Triple world champion himself isn't here because of injury. Won the last 100 metres in the last 3 world championships in the T42 section. But this here is the women's 200 metres T13 final. Amara Durand, who will run in the T12 a little later on, holds the world record and championship record, and this from when she was a T13 athlete before the vision deteriorated, sending her into the T12 category. So there is the field coming into this. Quite some field indeed. Lelia Atimatova, who's already won gold here over 100 metres. She will go in this. She's the European champion as well. And Sasaki, you saw the Japan flags before. She'll go from lane 9. She was 5th in London 2 years ago. She's already placed 4th in the 400 metres here, just missing out on a medal. That lady has won a medal though. She took silver in the 100 metres here. She came 7th in the 400 in this event. She won silver in 2015. Caroline Duarte, 7th over the 100 metres here already. 2016, 2018 European Championship silver medalist over 200 metres. And there is Lelia Atimatova. Already won bronze over 400, gold over 100. She's now looking for a 3rd medal in the 200. And Rayan Suarez de Silva. Gold over 400 and 4th in the 100. Incredibly, this is her first major championship. And South Africa's Johanna Pretorius, who took bronze in the 100. Lifetime best of 25.40. Maria Ilianenko, the 22-year-old Russian, her first major championship as well. She's already placed 6th in the 400 metres at these championships.
Half a lap of the track, 3 medals, 1 title in the women's T13.
So the key in this is running that bend.
On your marks.
Amara Durand, who we'll see later on the T12, holds the world record and championship records set in Christchurch back in 2011. That is Suarez de Silva from Brazil, who are having a very, very good evening.
Sick.
And they're away, and they all get away fine. And Crosby already up on Sasaki on the outside and racing around, as is Carolina Duarte. But on the inside there, it is Adzimatova who's making up ground as they come into the straight, and she leads as they head into the last 100 metres. It's Adzimatova who leads from Duarte with Crosby on the outside. It is Lena Adzimatova of Ukraine who goes across the line in a time of 24.35 seconds. It is plus 2.3 breeze for Adzimatova, so that there would not count for anything if there was a record, because it's still got a big breeze behind us, but she has won that by 4 or so metres. She rocketed around the outside in 24.35 seconds. She has taken a gold medal in the women's 300 metres T13. Suarez de Silva picks up a silver for Brazil in 25.22, and Kim Crosby in 25.26 has helped herself to another medal after taking silver over the 100 metres. Well, what a run from Adzimatova. Crosby got out quickest of all from lane 8 and flew past Mana Sasaki straight away. Pretorius looked strong, as did Suarez de Silva and Duarte, but look at the form of Lelya Adzimatova of Ukraine. She won gold over the 100 metres, she won bronze over 400, she's now added gold over the 200 metres for 3 medals at these championships. Suarez de Silva, who won gold in that 400 metres, denying Adzimatova, takes a silver in this one. So 24.35, Adzimatova makes it the 3rd medal of these championships. Suarez de Silva adds another to her collection, and Kim Crosby also picks up a 2nd after picking up the silver in the 100.
As we get closer to the field for the women's long jump. T63.
عودة لمسابقات الميدان الواثب الطويل سيدات فئة T63 الدور النهائي.
So here's the 11. We start off with United States, Lacey Henderson. A few different categories together in this. T63, 61, 42. For competition purposes, Fleur Scherten of the Netherlands, she's in 2. Scout Bassett of the United States goes in 3. Now she's a great prospect for a medal. Lane 4 for Japan, who've already won a gold in the long jump in exciting circumstances here in the past 24 hours. Keita Magawa.
Jumping at 5 for Indonesia.
In 5 for Indonesia.
Charisma Avi Tirani.
Thrower and jumper of over 4 meters, Charisma Ivi Tirani. Another for Japan in 6, Tomomi Tozawa, 4:44 jumper this year.
Jumping 7 for Switzerland.
For Switzerland, 3:46 the lifetime best set this year for Sofia Gonzalez.
Jumping 8 for Japan.
The 3rd Japanese jumper of the competition, 3:88 the lifetime best this year, Sayaka Murakami.
Jumping 9, ranked number 2 in the world.
For Belgium, 4:50 this year, jumped by Gitte Heinen.
Jumping at number 10.
For Spain, 3:94 jump this year, lifetime best, Desiree Villa. And for the first time in a major international championship for Australia, the former world champion and world record holder in T61, Vanessa Lowe.
Start on the scoreboard. All of those competitors will have 3 jumps, and at the end of round 3,
Prospects of glory
will go forward to rounds 4, 5 and 6.
for Australia there. Prospects of glory for Australia here. It's the final of the women's 800 metres, T53. The 53s and the 54s always so stacked. And everybody in this final, all 8, have major achievements to their name. Already World Championship titles won here by Gao Fang and Catherine de Bruyne. Madison de Rosario is a 2-time world champion. Chelsea McGlammer has won world and Paralympic silvers. Angie Ballard's been a world champion many times over. Zhou of China, a 7-time world champion. Hamid Doganyan, bronze in the 400 meters here. And Jessica Broughton finished 7th in the 400. Big crash in the Commonwealth Games. Madison de Rosario won in Doha, thumpingly in the 800 meters. Paralympic silver as a 14-year-old in 2008 and was in the final in London 2012. Her career has exploded since then. Angie Ballard with 2 golds and a bronze the last time the World Championships were in the golf. By the way, we're in Japan in 2 years' time. Kobe hosting 2021. Chelsea McGlammer.
It's an eagerly awaited final. It's the women's
Paralympic Games, silvers and bronze in Rio. Wheelchair racing, such a thrilling element. So the 4-time European champion, Hamide Doganyan of Turkey, in lane 8. The reigning Paralympic champion and the 7-time world champion, Zhu Hongshuan. In lane 7 for Australia, the former world champion, Angie Ballard. In lane 6 for the United States. Silver in the 4, bronze in the 8 and the 5 in the last World Championships, and in Rio, silver in the 400, the 5,000, bronze in the 1,500 for Chelsea McGlammer. She's the Pan Am champion in 2015. In lane 5, the world champion in the 800 in 2015, the 5,000 in 2017, Madison de Rosario. In lane 4 for Switzerland, the new 400 meters world champion, Catherine de Bruyne. In lane 3 for China, the new 100 meters world champion, Gao Fang. In lane 2, she may be the only non-global medalist in the gang of 8 tonight. 7th in the 400 here, 6th in the 200 2 years ago in London. Big potential for Canada's Jessica Broughton. And also in that 2012 final in a multicolored vest, the Pan Am champion, 100, 400, 800. Bronze medalist in the 100 in Doha 4 years ago for Bermuda, Jessica Cooper-Lewis. The world record held by Madison de Rosario. The reigning world and Paralympic champion is the championship record holder, Zhu Hongshuan. She's won this title twice previously. 2013 in Lyon, 2017 in London. Bermuda, Canada, China, Switzerland, Australia, USA, and Turkey, the nations represented in this. The T53 women's 800 meters final, and a big move coming from Zhu Hongshuan immediately for China out of lane 8, and the other Chinese athlete too, Gao Fang, in lane 3. They're being marked closely at the moment by de Bruyne De Rosario behind, and they break, and it'll be China 1 and 2, unless De Bruyne has a bit of a say in that, and quite a gap between the two Chinese athletes. But now De Rosario moves up and is alongside in 4th place, just where she wants to be. And Hamide de Gagnon, known for a long time as Hamide Kurt, who's won titles 200, 400 last year in Berlin, 1 and 4 2 years earlier in Grosseto. The bell is on the way. De Bruyne making a move. The two Chinese, Gao and Xu just behind, and De Rosario shooting up on the inside of the bell here. And de Gagnon right behind her, but De Rosario made a big move. There was a huge gap suddenly in the inside lane. She went for it and she got it. She's brilliant working from the back. She was 4-5 back when she claimed silver the other night in the 1500 meters. She won this title in Doha 4 years ago, coming from 4-5 back, incredibly and astonishingly. But now she leads Gao, she leads Xu, coming into the closing straight. They're widening out. It's Madison de Rosario leading from the front for Australia. And look at the gap. Look at the huge gap. Madison de Rosario is going to be a 3-time world champion. De Bruyne is going to get the silver. Gao in trouble, misses out. Xu moved up for 3rd. What a performance, 152.15. Xu loses the title and the championship record. It all goes to Madison de Rosario. That was impeccably raced. And unlike her, devoid of drama. She killed them on the bell. The world record holder, the world champion for a 3rd time for Australia. De Bruyne the silver, Xu the bronze, and Hamide de Gagnon in 4th ahead of Gao. Well, the two Chinese riders who were 1 and 2 in the 100 meters final here,
So the result confirmed.
trying to do the same straight away. And then at the well, look at De Rosario go. De Bruyne was leading, and they all left a massive wide gap for her to drive through, and that was the moment that won her the gold medal. And they couldn't wrest her away from there. De Bruyne in 2nd spot. Gao was up there for a bit, but fell back to 5th. And the field decimated by De Rosario. De Bruyne brilliantly up into silver. What a game she's having, a most successful. Gold in the 4, silver in the 8. Madison de Rosario adds gold in the 8 to silver in the 15. She medals for the 4th World Championships in a row. The Commonwealth Games, 1500 meters, and marathon champion. She's a winner again.
The women's discus competition has just concluded. It ended with a bit of a dance cream of a foul in the final round.
Madison de Rosario, these days normally wins at least 1 gold at the Worlds, and there it is, championship record, 152.15. De Bruyne the silver, Xu Hongjian the bronze ahead of Dong Gagnon and Gao Fang. Chelsea McClamber in 6th, and Broughton in 7th, Angie Ballard 8th, Jessica Cooper-Lewis 9th. What a strong field, what a finish.
Once again, 3 different nations, 3 different continents on the podium.
نهاية سباق أطفال السيدات فئة 38 الجوزية تذهب للكندية ليلي دانيال فوسيل لمسافة 33 متر 37. المركز الثاني للجنوب الأفريقية سيمون جروبر 33 متر 91 ورقم عالمي جديد. أما المركز الأول للجنوب الذهبية
Well, the women's discus throw F38 final. Coordination impairment category. This is the start list. Li Yingli, the world record holder in the F37, F38 world record holder and championship record holder, Noelle Lenihan. Lisa Adams, who's won shot put gold already at these championships, also of New Zealand goes. as does 14-year-old Simona Kruger of South Africa. Renee Danielle Foessel of Canada. Already thrown an area record, this, her 5th attempt. Well, that one's out there near it as well. 32.52 already. And this is very, very similar to the mark she threw with her last effort. Can be deceptive with the 30-metre marker there because it curves around. Has she beaten it? Well, it looks like it because her compatriot there, Brown, has given her the smile, and 33.37, a much bigger improvement. 14 years of age, Simona Kruger of South Africa. We've already seen some superb performances from South Africans at those championships. The likes of Anurunya Vyas. She's already set a world record here for her category. And this may well have improved it. An absolutely stunning effort
Javelin throw taking place over by the
by Simona Kruger.
Hussein Kafaji of
You
Iraq
think of the pressure
34-17.
at 14 years of age. She doesn't feel the pressure, this young one. Just keeps her eyes focused. Wonderful style. And she's improved at 33.91. She's in second, a new world record in her category of the F38. And that record was held by Noelle Lenihan of Ireland. She set that last year in Berlin. It now belongs to South Africa. Mina, the F37 championship record. And that is very, very long.
On the scoreboard, we're working our way through round one of the women's T63
Mina in first position.
At the moment, it is a Japanese 1-2. Tomomi Tozawa leading from
She's
Koichi
F37
Maikawa,
category.
4:29 over 4:09.
Have a look at that. Absolutely flies. I'm transfixed on that. Wonderful, wonderful throw. The question is, where's the mark? Well, it's an even bigger championship record, 37.50. The gold medal goes to Mina, 37.57. She is a championship record holder, and she was congratulated there by Simona Kruger, who also threw a world record in the F38 category, picking up silver. Renee Danielle Foessel of Canada, an area record, taking the bronze. Lisa Adams, a lifetime best for her after picking up shot put already at these championships.
It's the men's T53 800 metres final.
So the men's 800 metres T53 final. We've just seen the women's, won by Madison De Rosario of Australia. In this one, it is Canada's Brent Lakatos, who surely will head out as favourite. He broke the championship record earlier in the semi-final. Joshua George of the United States, you see there in lane 9, he held it. So Lakatos now holds both the championship and world records. There is Joshua George, former championship record holder, took silver in Beijing back in 2008, bronze in 2012, gold in 2006, and gold as well in 2013 when he had set that record. Pierre Fairbank, he was 48 years old when he discovered the sport in a magazine. He's been racing since 2000. Vitaly Gritsenko, 400 and 800 gold in the 2018 European Championships when he was competing under a neutral flag with Russia not eligible. Yang Shikao, second in his heat, bronze already here over 400 metres. And in lane 5 it's Pongsakorn Payo, bronze in the 100. He's taken gold already in that 400 metres final. And Brent Lakatos, the championship record in the semi-final. He missed out on the 1500 metres final, so the fire must really be burning for the man who won 100 metres gold here already. He's also the 2 and the 800 metres world champion. And silver over 400. And Yu of South Korea, third in his heat, 7th in the 100 metres. And Brian Seaman, he's a quadruplet. He has 3 sisters. He was the only boy. 4th in this in Rio in 2016. So a packed field. Brent Lakatos, championship record this morning to add to his world record that he broke back in June. And away they get, so 2 laps as they go out, and they'll head into the far side and move across. And Pierre Fairbank has got out very quickly indeed, already up on the shoulder of Joshua George as they move around in that back straight, and they'll just nip in now as Lakatos is the man who is in front. Disappointment, as I said, in that 1500 metres semi-final. He came in 4th place and missed out on getting through to the final altogether. That's something you rarely say. As Gritsenko of Russia makes a move around the outside. Lakatos there on the inside, just holding his position, making Gritsenko go extra wide. And behind there it is Payo of Thailand, who's also in the hunt as they go across the line and take the bell. In 3rd position at the moment, it is Payo who's moved around, but it's Lakatos out in front. Gritsenko is still too wide there with Pongsakorn Payo just stuck in there as well behind. So it is very packed in as these athletes move in to the last 200 or so metres, and the sprint will come on. Lakatos leads from Gritsenko, and the rest are really packed in and try and get around the outside. Pierre Fairbank as well is trying to make a move. Gritsenko there also pushing forward as Lakatos just keeps it nice and tight. He's moved out himself to make the field go even wider. Brent Lakatos holds the lead, heading down towards the end. He's being challenged though at the moment, but Lakatos is going to go, hold on. It's going to go across in 1:40.59 seconds. He's outside any championship or world record, but he has taken the gold medal. Well, he led from start to finish, did Brent Lakatos. He knew what he was doing. He slightly moved wide as well. He made the field go wider as they came into the home straight. That gave him the extra edge. It gave him the few metres, and he goes across in a time of 1:40.59 seconds. It has been ratified as. So he retains the 800 metres crown. He adds to the 100 metres gold he's already picked up at these championships. Took silver over 400, so he's picked up 3 medals. This is disappointment there, of course, in that 1500 metres, not getting through to the final, but he's still a force to be reckoned with. Payo picks up second, 1:40.72 for a silver medal for Pongsakorn Payo. After taking gold in the 400, and Yu of South Korea in 1:41.53 takes the bronze. Well, Gritsenko was trying to make a move around the outside. He'd sat too wide for pretty much most of the race. But Lakatos, he held him off and he held him off. And in the end, he wins by around 3/4 of a length. The arm speed, the power. Paya did his best. His best, unfortunately for him, wasn't good enough. And Yu of South Korea just holding off Brian Seaman to take 3rd place and a bronze medal. So a day to remember for Brent Lakatos, championship record. Then in the final, he picks up the gold medal. How things change over the course of 24 hours or so. Sport, the great leveler. Brent Lakatos, the great champion, still 145.9. He takes the gold. Phongskon Paya with silver, and Yu Byung-hun picks up a bronze for South Korea.
Second gold medal then for Brent Lakatos. He's beyond the dozen now in terms of world titles. He really had some fun in London, and he's doing the same here in Dubai. And if you go high enough there, you can watch the athletics for free if you've got really good eyesight. Top action continues. It's the women's 400 meters. T54.
The final of the women's
The strongest, fastest of the wheelchair racers. And what a field in this. The European champion, Alexandra Helbling of Switzerland. The 100 meters champion is in this. The 800, the 1500 champion from this week. The 3 times world champion, McCrory. Commonwealth Games silver medalist. Everybody in this field has a major championship medal to their name. And we can now include Susanna Scaroni in that of the United States, bronze in the 800 meters here at these Dubai World Championships, and 4th in the 1500. In lane 8 for China, silver in the 100 meters here, the reigning Asian Games 100 and 200 meters champion, Zhao Jiaquan. In lane 7, the woman whose children, when watching the Paralympics on TV, said, hey, why, you could be a Paralympic racer. She was out for 12 years, she's back now. The Commonwealth Games silver medalist, Eliza Olds-Connell. In lane 6, for the United States, the 3 times world champion, 06 and 11, silver in the 8 here, and bronze in the 1500, Amanda McCrory. In lane 5 for China, the new world 800 meters and 1500 champion, and the Paralympic marathon champion, Zhou Lihong. In lane 4 for the United States, the former Paralympic 100 and 400 meters champion from Sydney 2000, and bronze in the 100 here, Sherry Madsen. In lane 3 for Switzerland, the reigning 400 meters European champion, Alexandra Helbling. And in lane 2 for Finland, the reigning European champion over 100 meters and the world champion over 100 for the 2nd time, Amanda Kataja for Finland. Again, what a field. Kataja 2, Helbling 3, Madsen 4, Zhu 5, McCrory 6, Olds-Connell 7, Zhou in 8, Scaroni 9. The final of the women's 400 meters. T54.
The
Away first time. Solid start in 6 by Amanda McCrory, and even more solid by Zhu Zaquan of China in 8. A great sprinter, silver in the 400 in the Asian Games. Don't she's way clear right now. Silver in the 100 meters here. She had a tilt at the 1500 and she finished 7th in that. She's well clear, but has she gone too early? Zhu Li Hong, her Chinese teammate, going for a 3rd gold medal of the week, and she's moved up well. Old Connell for Australia fighting up too. Looks to be 3rd at the moment, but looks to be China 1, China 2. Zhu Li Hong, who took gold in the 800 and the 1500 meters. She's in lane 5, and she's way clear. It's going to be a triple gold medal for her. Scaroni moving up for the United States, McCrory as well. But it's a treble for Zhu Li Hong. What a race! 53.28. McCrory in 2nd. O'Connell gets the bronze for Australia.
Outside,
His husband Kieran won 2 gold medals at Sydney 2000. But Zhu Li Hong has taken her 3rd World Championship gold, as she did in Doha. There, the relay was included. Here, it's all her own work. McCrory gets her 3rd medal of these games. Scaroni was up there for a while, but then fell back. And Old Connell, a magnificent bronze to just edge out Zhu Zaqian on the line. It was an immense start by Zhu Zaqian in front. The 2 Chinese athletes wearing different colours. The away kit for the woman in lane 8 as she powered away, but then Zhu Li Hong shuffled up. The woman who pipped Tatiana McFadden on the line in Rio for Paralympic marathon gold on the Copacabana. Different kind of sand here, same kind of glory. 3 golds for her. McCrory 2nd, O'Connell 3rd. That, just like the previous women's wheelchair racing final, was dominance exemplified by the winner. 53.28 the winning time. The result still unofficial, by the way. China, the most successful nation so far in Dubai, and they're doing their best to keep it that way. Zhu Li Hong takes the gold, 53.28. Amanda McCrory, the silver for the United States, 54.85. Eliza Old-Connell, the bronze for Australia, 55.30. That result is still unofficial for now. It has not been finalized, but we'll keep you posted in case anything changes.
Well, here goes Vanessa Lowe, the former world champion, now competing for Australia. She's currently in 1st position.
No change in the order in that women's short.
Not happy with that one.
Final.
She missed the 2015, 2017 championships, I should say.
Current standings on the scoreboard.
T42 gold in Rio. T42 gold in Doha. 2016 European champion when she was competing for Germany, but that some distance off where she wants to be. Just losing the run-up slightly. So it's a good meter or so in that one. Her husband Scott Reardon will be watching on from back home. He's injured at these championships. The wind minus 1.4, so that is not doing her any favours at all. 374, but Vanessa Lowe remains in the gold medal position for now.
Full scorecard on the scoreboard.
That T54 result has been made official now, unchanged.
Well, that there showed you the breeze. It has been worse than that as Lacey Henderson, who's 10th, heads off.
الجولة الأولى في حين السيطرة عراقية حسين خفاجي بالمركز الأول.
Bit of a wry smile, not happy with the
متر 17 سنتيمتر.
takeoff.
يليه الصيني مسافة 34 متر 12 والأردني أحمد هندي.
Well, she was very, very close up there. You can't get much better than that, in fairness.
متر 32.
Go any further than that, you are going to foul and get a red flag. But the wind today has been crazy, especially even over the last 48 hours. 1 minute it's into their face, the next minute it's going with them. Minus 1.1 there into her face, 323, so no improvement for Henderson of the United States.
Belgium in third.
Shelton of the Netherlands in 6th place, her 3rd attempt. No problems with the takeoff. She gets the white flag. For Fleur Schuiten. A lifetime best of 4.20 metres. 18 years of age. About 20 centimetres or so missing there. No Martina Caironi here at these championships. .388, so no improvement for Fleur Schuiten. And Scout Bassett, fantastic name.
Scout Bassett of the USA is on the long jump runway in round 3 at the moment. She's the wrong side of the line in 9th place. Final chance for her to break into the top 8 for the extra 3 jumps.
So 8 centimetres required by Scout Bassett if she is to stay in this competition. .333 with her second jump. Ahead of her is Desiree Vila Baguila of Spain, who currently sits on 3.40. So Scout Bassett lost a bit on the takeoff. Has she got the 8 centimetres she needs? No, she hasn't. 324, so she will go out after 3 jumps.
She's a big name in the United States para sport. So Vanessa Lowe leads the women's long jump T63. 4:53. Tomomi Tozawa in the silver medal position for Japan. Geta Einer in the bronze medal position for Belgium.
Time to go back to the track. Following the women's T54 final is the men's turn. With Yassine Garbi, the reigning champion, also the championship record and world record holder. He will go from lane number 6. Dai Yung Kwang, who was 4th in the marathon earlier this year, started Parasport back in 2010. Lifetime best set this year at 47.15 seconds. Samuel Carter of Australia hasn't been past the heats in this event at major championships. His hero is the great Kurt Fearnley, the former Paralympic legend of the sport and still a Paralympic legend of the sport in Australia.
In lane 7, representing Russia.
Russia's Alexei Vyonchuk, 7th in the 1500 metres here. He won biathlon silver at the 2014 Paralympic Games and also gold in the cross-country skiing 2015 World Championships. Quite a resume.
In lane 6, the championship record holder.
Here he is, Yassine Gharbi.
With a best of 43-46.
200 and 400 gold in London. Just missed out in the medal in the 800 here, coming in fourth position. And inside him, Zhang Yong of China, silver in the 1500 metres, bronze in the 800 metres already. Can he go one better than that silver in this one? Richard Chiesaro, fifth in the 800 metres. He switched from wheelchair basketball to para-athletics. He came third position in this one 2 years ago in London. Janelle Arapine, eighth in the Asian Para Games last year, began racing competitively 5 years ago. And inside him, Lu Yang, who won gold in 2015, 4 years ago in Doha. In 2016 in Rio, he took silver.
Who would be champion of the world over T54 men's 400 metres?
So one lap,
we'll find out.
one chance, and one winner. Will it be Yassine Gharbi? That championship record set when he took gold in London 2 years ago. So away they get. Gharbi will go from lane 6, and he got away fine indeed. They all got away with no problems whatsoever. And on the inside, Lu Yang has already made up plenty of ground on Janelle Arapine as he flies around there. But Yassine Gharbi already up into second place, and Samuel Carter is looking strong, but he is out wide. So Gharbi overtakes him at the moment with 200 metres to go, and Yassine Gharbi with 150 less is roaring around into the home straight, and he will head in to the last 100 metres with the lead. Yassine Gharbi is at least 15 metres out in front. This is going to be very interesting to see what the time is. Inside him is Zhang Yong in second place, and there goes 46.07, so he's outside the record. Zhang Yong takes second, and Richard Chiesaro of Great Britain comes across and takes the bronze medal. 46.06 is the time for Yassine Gharbi. Zhang in 47.26, and Chiesaro 47.58 picks up the bronze medal. Samuel Carter coming in from Australia in fourth place. There's the man who came second, Zhang Yong, silver in the 1500 metres, now silver in the 400 to go with the 800 bronze he picked up. But that is the winner, retaining his World Championship title, Yassine Gharbi.
Silver for Zhang of China.
Well, Gharbi got away in lane 6.
For Tunisia, Yassine Gharbi once again.
Lu Yang went very, very quickly from lane 2 and got away. But in the end, when they came around there, Carter on the outside, Gharbi 2 lanes inside of him. And he just had too much pace. Winner by around 10 metres over Zhang. Chiesaro picking up a bronze medal after missing out on the 800 metres medals. That's a second bronze for Richard Chiesaro after picking up the same in London 2 years ago to go with his silver from the European Championships in 2016. But that man there loves the sight of gold. In 2017 he won 200 and 400. He's won 400 already here. Yassine Gharbi, 46.06. Zhang Yong of China, 47.26 with the silver. And Richard Chiesaro of Great Britain picks up a second successive bronze at the World Championships, 47.48.
Saya Murakami is in 7th place for Japan and on the runway.
Decent crowd in again tonight in Dubai, the club for people of determination. There's another discus competition about to get underway. It's the women's F41. That is for athletes of short stature, and the F40's shorter stature. No change to that women's long jump T63. Vanessa Lowe still leads. Remember, she was commentating with us 2 years ago and obviously wanted to make sure that would never happen again. So she's competing, she's winning at the moment for Australia. Her previous world titles coming for her native Germany.
"15 women will contest the discus throw F41 final."
So we return to the women's long jump then, where our leader is Vanessa Lowe for Australia. We're in round 3. The gold and bronze medal positions yet to jump. Tizao on the silver medal mark for Japan, 4:33. Gitta Einen for Belgium is on the runway, 4:32. Her best so far tonight. Used the board well, a little trot on the way up. Belgium have won a silver through Peter Hennen in the 100 meters at 52. She's also been a triathlete, finished 9th in the Worlds a couple of years ago. Last year in Berlin at the European Championships, silver in the long jump and bronze in the 100 meters. And as a hobby, keep fit, she boxes. Now that little hop on the way, is that restricted the distance or improved it again? They're into a bit of a headwind, not very, very heavy. Coach is Mika van Tuin, and she lives in Ghent, who had a nice win in the Europa League last week. Qualified PE teacher as well, physical education. Waiting a long time for this. It's still being measured. It's a long wait for Einen. And the club is actually KAA Ghent, which is part of the same overall structure as the football team that won the Belgian League in 2015 in football. She's still waiting though. Well, 4:32 was her best in round 2. She's come close to it, 4:19. She stays in the bronze medal position.
Throwing at 12, ranked number 3 in the world for Ireland. Neve McCarthy. Throwing at 13, representing Tunisia.
Took a while for that to be sorted. Einen made her debut in the World Championships in London, where she finished in 4th place in the 100 meters. Next to go, and in danger of going out, Desiree Vila. She's in 9th place, 3:40 her best tonight, needs to improve by 20 centimeters to go through to the final 3 jumps. We'll wait and see. And all of the jumpers are now making sure they leave on a forward basis after what happened the other night. One of the Italian jumpers walked back in himself, which I've never seen in any kind of athletics, and he was fouled for it. It's one of these things that's in the rule books, but you never see happen until now. So she needed 360 to jump into the top 8 on cantback. That's where Sofia Gonzalez is of Switzerland. How about that for precision? 360 and cantback. It's her second best jump that's got her through. And she continues on. She will finish the competition. Gonzalez, Lacey Henderson and Scott Bassett are out, and we have one more jumper to go.
It's the women's 200 meters T12 final.
But before that, the final of the women's 200 meters, T12. One of the all-time greats in this. And we don't use those words lightly. The 10-time world champion, Omara Duran. She has won every single world championship race she has competed in. Final, semi-final, and first round heat. So the European champion in lane 7 for Ukraine, Oksana Batorchuk, with her guide Mikita Barabanov. She's the 3-time former world champion. In lane 5 for Cuba, the world record holder, set in Doha 2 years ago. 5 Paralympic titles, 10 world titles for Cuba's Omara Duran and guide Yuniel Kindelan. In lane 3 for Spain, a silver medalist in the 100 meters here, guideless, Adiratu Iglesias. The second surname is superfluous. And in lane 1 for Russia, the former European and world javelin champion. She's won silver here, by the way, in the javelin. Anna Kulinich Sorokina for Russia, and her guide Sergei Petrichenko. Omara Duran has done everything in the sport, but she's always ready to do some more. 23:03, her world and championship record. And they're away the first time of asking. It's lane 5, the athlete second from the outside, Omara Duran, who's had a magnificent career. Tokyo on the horizon, on the search for more glory there. Looking for the treble here. She's won the 100 and the 400. Omara Duran on her way to yet another hat-trick. She's a great athlete. She's a fast athlete. 23:58 gold for Omara Duran again. Iglesias the silver for Spain. It looked like Batorchuk the bronze for Ukraine. We've run out of superlatives for Omara Duran, but she's not run out of glory. And for a woman of such high standards, it's a season's best. Iglesias is magnificent. Major championship debut continues with a silver, and Batorchuk gets the bronze. But Omara Duran, she is so used to this. Got away so well, and Iglesias as well. Omara Duran is still only 27. She turns 28 in 2 weeks' time. She's due to be around for a long time, but Iglesias may be a star of the future as well for Spain. Silver in the 100 now, silver in the 200. Originally from Bamako. She's lived in Spain for the last 12 years or so. Duran, absolutely tremendous alongside her guide, Yuniel Kindelan. And it's a season's best of 23:57. Impressive for a woman of her high standards. Well, she's the champion again, and you obviously have to rely on a top-notch athlete alongside you as the guide. Omara Duran is now an 11-time world champion. 23:57 the winning time. Adiratu Iglesias the silver for Spain, and Oksana Batorchuk the bronze for Ukraine.
Here's the current scorecard for the women's shot puts. No change in the order. It is still Chile, Russia, Uzbekistan with that world record for Sepulveda of Chile. Final two throwers coming up. Starting with Panorama of Mexico now in the circle.
تظهر على الشاشة ملخص سباق دفع الجلة سيدات فئة F 54.
So Vanessa Lowe is going in the women's long jump T63. She holds the T61 world record, which is her category. That is 5:05. She set that actually here in February of this year.
We've just started round 4 of the women's
So Vanessa
long
Lowe,
jump with the leading 8 competitors
first position,
going
her
forward.
third attempt, 4:53, her best so far. That with her first.
Round 4 in 8th place.
Well, that is much better than the one before. Last time, she was way back off the board. This one is much more consistent with how she normally jumps. She won gold in 2015 in the Worlds, in 2016 in Rio, missed out on 2017 because of injury, and that there is absolutely perfect up there. She was a German competitor. She now lives and represents Australia, and she's improved it by 2 centimetres into a headwind, 4:55. She's in first position still and further ahead. So there she is in first position as they head into the last eight. Suzawa of Japan is 22 centimetres further back, and Gita Hanan of Belgium a centimetre further back in the bronze medal position.
With a 33.09 F41 championship record, and in 4th place is Slavinska with an F40 championship record. That scorecard is on
So
the
more to
scoreboard.
come on that in the coming minutes, but there is another final on the track, the men's 100 metres T12 final. And this could be very, very fast indeed. Kashafali of Norway is the world record holder, and in his heat earlier on he was just 0.04 of a second outside that world record, and he beat home the man who finished as the fastest qualifier, Ndomzi and Tutu of South Africa, who will go in lane 1. So there is Kashafali, born in the Democratic Republic of Congo, moved to Norway as a refugee with his family in 2004, made his senior debut just this year. He is quite some athlete. He is also the world record holder, helping himself to a drink beforehand. There's the man who finished as a fastest loser in Tutu of South Africa. Second in that semi-final, silver in this event in Rio 3 years ago, bronze back in London at the Paralympic Games in 2012, bronze in 2006 if you go way back that far as well. That's how long he's been around for, and he picked up silver in 2011, 2013 and 2017. Been a good championships for Brazil so far. Jefferson Marino de Oliveira, his first major championship, a new personal best when he won the semi-final.
In lane 5, ranked number 1 in the world and the world record.
And here is Salamagezi Kashafali. He's got a mixture of Usain Bolt about him with his own personality mixed in. And Fabrizio Junior Barros Pereira, 4th in Doha 4 years ago, his international debut. This promises to be something very special indeed.
On your marks.
Championship record of 10.72 from Cuba's Lena Savon Pineda. It was set in London 2 years ago. So medium visual impairment category. We just saw Amara Duran running the T12 in the 200. She is a brilliant athlete from the past and the present, but here could well be the future in that man.
Sit.
And they get away, and Casafalli gets away quick as well, as does Marina de Oliveira. And Casafalli is now pushing ahead towards the end. Let's have a look at the time as he goes across. 10.55. That is a new championship record for the man from Norway, Casafalli, and how happy is he? That was a brilliant run, plus 1.0 for the wind speed, so that is within the mark. A championship record of 10.54 it's been rounded down to.
God is the only way. God is the only way, y'all.
Very happy man indeed. In the year he's made his senior debut, he holds the world record, he's the world champion, and he also has the championship record. Brazil finished in second and third position. Marina de Oliveira in 10.77 coming in second, and bronze to Praus Pereira for Brazil.
Thank you, Jesus.
Silver and bronze,
Thank
but
you,
gold
Jesus.
to that man there. Salam Agezi Casafalli, who will celebrate a birthday in just under 2 weeks' time when he shall turn 26 years of age. Loads of running left in that man. Well, in fairness, he wasn't the quickest out of the blocks. It was actually Marina de Oliveira of Brazil on the inside, and Tutu looked like he was doing okay.
There's the replay.
But that there is when, in that
Fantastic
30-metre
sprinting,
period
and
through the middle,
thankfully the wind
Casafalli
is a nice legal tailwind.
burst into action
Times, but not
and
ruling
burst
out
across the
record
line
purposes.
in a championship record time. Absolutely fantastic pictures, and already one of the faces of these championships. He says he won the lottery when he moved to Norway. Well, he may need to buy one for real, because he may win it in the real one if he can keep this type of luck up and form. He is going to go
Shot
places
results displayed on the scoreboard.
in the coming years, with Tokyo just around the corner.
Headed up by
Championship
Max.
record 10.54 for him, takes gold. Marina de Oliveira 10.77 in the silver medal position. Brazil also through Praus Pereira 10.84 and the bronze. Men's 100 metres T12 final.
So Norway's got Karsten Warholm and Mondo Duplantis and all the Ingebrigtsens, and now they've got him. They are spoiled, and they're spoiling us. Athletic fans really enthused at what's coming out of that nation. We're getting it in the para-athletics arena as well. The great finals continue, the great athletes continue to pour out. So Sarah Andres Barrio A lot to tell about this. She was a world record setter this morning, 12:90 in the T62 category. And she finished second in a heat of the women's 100 meters behind Milena van Ganswinkel. But just around 90 minutes before this session began, she was disqualified, and she has only been reinstated in the past half hour. So they had a redraw. Marissa Papakonstantinou of Canada had been brought into the draw, a complete redraw, different lanes for everybody. And now that Andres Barrio has been reinstated, the original draw has come into play. You may remember she did the brilliant dive into the rain in London 2 years ago, where Sophie Kamlish won the world title. Big win over Malu van Rijn, that was. Irmgard Bensusan of Germany has scored some big wins herself. The 200 meters here. She was the 400 meters champion in London. European champion over 100 and 200 previously. Milena van Ganswinkel, silver in the long jump, had it whipped away from her dramatically right at the end, and she had bronze originally in the 200 meters, but was disqualified past the line. And really, the only figure missing from this women's 100 meters T64 final, the only person who could make it really interesting, is Dutch, but we already have 3 Dutch in this, in the form of Van Ganswinkel, Alkmaar and Fleur Jong. Sophie Kamlish, the Great Britain, is the world champion. Van Ganswinkel, the European champion. Starting off with lane 2 for the United States. She was 5th in the long jump here, the Pan Am silver medalist of the 100 and 200. It's Beatrice Hatz. In lane 3 for Great Britain, the defending world champion of Bristol and West AC and Team Bath, Sophie Kamlish. In lane 4 for the Netherlands, a dramatic debut silver medal in the 200 meters, based in Hortingenbosch. It's Kimberly Alkmaar. In lane 5 for Germany, the world champion over 200 meters this year, this week, Irmgard Bensusan. In lane 6 for Spain, the world record holder, Sara Andres Barrio. In lane 7, we've already introduced her, the 200 meters silver medalist, Kimberly Alkmaar. In lane 8 for the United States, the bronze medalist in the 200 meters, Pamita Ayanbeku. And in lane 9 for the Netherlands, 4th in the long jump here, bronze in the 200 meters, in Doha in 2015, Fleur Jong. Van Ganswinkel is in lane 4. Van Ganswinkel, silver in the long jump, disqualified in the 2 here. European 100 and 200 meters champion. There was, as you can probably tell, a ridiculously late redraw. Hudson 2, Kamlish 3, Van Ganswinkel 4, Bensusan 5, Andres Barrio 6, Alkmaar 7, Ayanbeku 8, Fleur Jong in 9. Final of the women's T64 100 meters.
Set.
Away the first time of asking Ben Susan away very well, and so too is Van Gansewinkel. Sophie Kamlish going great, but here comes Ben Susan looking for a second gold medal of the week. Ian Becker coming up too, and it's victory for Ben Susan. Her second world title at these games. Van Gansewinkel up there as well. Kamlish looked as if she was moving up midway through, but Imgard Ben Susan, 12.86 the winning time, and that was just magnificent by her. Van Gansewinkel had set a new championship record in the morning. Ben Susan had equalled it earlier in the morning. Not anymore. Van Gansewinkel gets the silver, and Alkemada for the Netherlands gets the bronze. A Dutch double. Ian Baku was fourth. And Fleur Young may have been out of the medals and just edged out right at the death in the long jump last night. She finished fourth, but she's a lot to celebrate too. Well, Ben Susan, celebratory times.
One more here, please.
A tremendous win. The 100 and 200 meters champion, having claimed the 400 2 years ago. So much to celebrate for Imgard Ben Susan. What a great start for her. What a great start too for Van Gansewinkel alongside Kamlish, who had that big win over Malu van Rijn 2 years ago in London. But Ben Susan stormed through, and that was a magnificent triumph. Van Gansewinkel strongly alongside. Ian Baku almost made it up to bronze, but pipped on the line by Alkemada by 0.02 of a second. It's a new lifetime best for Ben Susan at her third World Championship title, and she has so much to celebrate. Van Gansewinkel gets the silver for the Netherlands, her greatest triumph on the track. Likewise for Kimberly Alkemada, silver in the 200 and now bronze in the 100 meters. But your world champion for the second time at these games is Imgard Ben Susan. Gold for Germany, 12.86. Van Gansewinkel the silver, 12.96. And Alkemada the bronze, 13.04. Aina Beku edged out in fourth place.
Shot put standings are on the scoreboard across 2 pages. The final thrower is in the circle. That is
Kamlish in sixth spot, having taken gold in London 2 years ago. Well, what a great win for Imgard Ben Susan for Germany. Having claimed the 400 meters title in London 2 years ago. The 200 was great, the 100 fantastic. And the champions keep on being crowned.
Men's 100 meters T47 final. It just continues on, doesn't it? The reigning champion, Patricio Ferreira dos Santos of Brazil. He's also the world record and championship record holder, which he set today. 3 from Brazil in this one. Aren't they having mighty championships? Eight in total.
in lane 2 representing Nigeria.
Madabuki will go from lane 2 from Nigeria, the 22-year-old, his first major championships. Lifetime best of 11.04.
In lane 3 for Great Britain and Northern Ireland.
In lane 3,
Ola Adedogun.
It is Ola Abedogan, the solicitor in Manchester, bronze in 2012 in London, European Championship silver medalist. And that man there he is, the world and championship record holder from earlier today, Patricio Ferreira dos Santos, 22 years of age and reigning champion to go with it. And Junior Washington, he's got a future. He won his heat in 10.84 seconds. Here's someone you know, Mikel de Roos, silver in 2016, gold 2013 and 2015, bronze at the last World Championships in London. The third of the Brazilians, Johansen Nascimento, bronze 8 years apart in the 2008 Paralympic Games and also in Brazil 3 years ago. Wang Hao of China, he's already won gold in the long jump here, 6th in the 400 metres. And Phil Groller, the 2018 European champion when he won gold in Berlin in his home at European Championships. So Ferreira dos Santos, that world and championship record, 10.42 seconds. And I suspect that this final may be every bit as quick. T47, upper limbs affected by a limb deficiency. Of course, more on all the categories. Paralympics.org is the place to go. You will find out everything you need to know about track and field, seated categories, wheelchair categories on the website.
Sit.
And away they go, and it is the two Brazilians in the middle who get away very quickly indeed. Patricio Ferreira dos Santos, but Junior Washington had it, but dos Santos gets across 10.44. He's outside by 0.02 seconds of that world and championship record mark he set earlier this morning. That is very quick indeed. The two Brazilians in the middle got away really, really quickly. Junior Washington was second, and a Brazil 1, 2, 3 with Johansen Nascimento picking up the bronze medal. 10.69 for Nascimento. Mikel de Roos in fourth position, but there were three Brazilians that went. There were three Brazilians who came in the top three places. It's easy, this running luck, isn't it? Maybe not. So that time there from Ferreira dos Santos in the middle, his second best legal time ever. I wish I spoke Portuguese. I can't tell you what that means. But whatever it is, they're happy. It was Junior Washington who got away the quickest of all. He absolutely flew out the box. And Nascimento as well got away quick, and in that middle section, with about 50 metres to go, Patricio Ferreira dos Santos came into his own. And perhaps, if he'd have got away slightly quicker at the beginning and not got himself stuck, he may have broken his world record that he set this morning. Wonderful stuff. 2017 gold, he's backed it up with gold here in Dubai. And he also adds to the 400 metres gold that he's already taken in these championships.
Que a gente venha continuar a dar orgulho à nossa pátria e à nossa família. Amém. Amém.
I can tell you that they were giving thanks to their family there and those above. That I did understand. So Ferreira dos Santos, 10:44, just outside his own world record set earlier this morning by 0.02 of a second. Junior Washington, lifetime best, silver, and Johansson Nascimento, also a lifetime best. Brazil, 1, 2, 3.
تستعد اللعبة الإسبانية ديزيري فيلا برجيلا المحاولة السادسة في الوثب الطويل سيدات.
Absolutely scintillating, a Brazil clean sweep. From memory, I think that's the first one we've seen from any nation at these World Championships. Well, they were impeccable hosts, and remember, there were some days that the crowds were better for the Paralympics than the Olympic Games. This is our long jump leader, Vanessa Lowe for Australia. 4:55 in the third round. This is her penultimate attempt, trying to increase her advantage. And a serious jump by her. Gitta Hanen has moved up into the silver medal position for Belgium with a 4:40. Low with the double blades and the trademark tilt to the body as she always does. She's further in front, 4:68 meters, and she leads Gitta Hanen of Belgium by 28 centimeters. Low leads 4:68 for Australia. Henan in second for Belgium, 4:40. Tozawa of Japan third, 4:33. Maegawa of Japan fourth, 4:13. And we're heading into the final round there, and Scott Reardon, her other half, actually had sent out a photo, a mid-air photo of her from a training session from a few weeks ago. That whole trademark looks like it might win her the gold. We've another one to be decided here. It's the final of the women's 100 meters, T47. A new world record set in this in the semi-final yesterday. We've got the European, Asian, world and Paralympic champion all in this. The world record holder is also the world and Paralympic champion, Deja Young of the United States. European champion Alicia Yeremin of Poland, and the Asian Games champion Li Lu of China. As usual, the field for this class is stellar. In lane 2, the European champion and the 5-time Paralympic medalist, the former world champion as well in 2006, Alicia Yeremin. In lane 3 for Ecuador, the new world long jump champion and the Pan Am long jump champion, Rodriguez Chiara. In lane 4 for the United States, from Richmond Heights, Ohio, her first major championship, Brittany Mason. In lane 5 for South Africa, 400 meters world champion this week for the second time, and a new world record in that. For South Africa, and Runa Vyers. In lane 6, the world record holder from yesterday, 11:92, for the reigning world and Paralympic champion from Dallas, Texas, Deja Young. In lane 7 for China, the reigning Paralympic 400 meters champion. She won that crown also in London, Li Lu. In lane 8 for France, the reigning European 200, 400 and long jump champion, Angelina Lanza. And in lane 9 for Venezuela, the Pan Am 400 meters champion, silver in the 100 there, Lisbeli Vera, 18 years old. What a field. All the continental champions practically are here. 5 of the field have already won medals here. Deja Young with the world record yesterday, 11.92, when the wind had eased enough. Yeremin in 2, Chiara in 3, Mason 4, Wires 5, Young 6, Lilu 7, Lanza 8, Vera of Venezuela in lane 9. The final of the women's 100 meters, T47.
Set.
Away first time. What a blistering start by Young and by Mason. It's USA 1 and 2 at the moment. Mason leading it out. Young fighting back. This is going to be very fast. Can Young make it? I think it's Brittany Mason. 11.89 is a new world record. And it's Brittany Mason who dethrones her teammate Deja Young. It's USA 1 and 2, and that is sensational. The 21-year-old from Richmond Heights, Ohio, of East Michigan University. She's majoring in exercise science. Absolutely incredible. Deja Young's world record yesterday suggested that the defending world champion was going to be the one to take this. She had a massive fight in her hands. Wires with an African record in the bronze of 12.36 and Lilu an Asian record in 5th. Wires can't stop breaking records. She gets 3rd for South Africa, but Brittany Mason, coached by Sue Parks, has dethroned Deja Young. Gold in the 1 and the 2 in London. Paralympic gold in the 1 and 2 in Rio for Young. She had to recover from a post-Paralympic Games car accident, a bit of depression as well. Her mother took care of her very well. Young had a great start, and then suddenly the same colour singlet to the right, our right, her left, emerges in Brittany Mason. Storming. Young in the last 3-4 metres lost a little bit of rhythm in a vain effort to get over the line first. Mason, majestic, gets an astonishing gold in her first ever major championship. She wasn't even at the Para-Pan Am Games in Lima.
4.68. The scoreboard is on the centre of the infield.
That is just remarkable. Gold USA, Brittany Mason, and a world record. Silver USA, Deja Young. Bronze, South Africa, Aruna Wires, a new Africa record, 12.36, and Lilu in 5th with an Asian record.
So she remains in second place at the moment, but it's the current bronze medalist who'll be next on the runway. Tomomi Tozawa of Japan, 4.33 her best.
So back to the women's long jump. T63. Tozawa of Japan with her final attempt, currently in 3rd position.
Go, 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 yeah!
4.33 was with her 2nd jump. Now she needs to make up
So
9 centimetres
8 centimetres behind that silver medal position
if
that we've just seen.
she wants to get into the silver medal position. She got the white flag. Fantastic jump actually on the board. Look at that.
So she's going to take the bronze medal for Japan.
Wonderful jump.
Will go to Ida Heinen of Belgium. And the final jump, and she's on the runway, will go to the new world champion, Vanessa Lowe of Australia.
She doesn't improve though, so she takes the bronze medal. Tomomi Tozawa of Japan. So Vanessa Lowe with her final attempt. She is in 1st position, 4.68 with her 5th Away she goes. Well, that's a white flag. It's a legal jump. She set the T61 world record right here in February of this year. 5:05, that was. She didn't compete in London 2 years ago due to injury. And since then,
466, her second
she has switched allegiance from Germany to Australia, where she lives now and is married to Scott Reardon, who won T42 100 gold in London 2 years ago. He isn't here due to injury, but I'm sure he's watching at the moment, because his wife is on the verge of a gold medal, which she has won despite not improving. So Vanessa Lowe, competing for Australia, has taken a gold medal. She won gold in Rio in 2016 in the T42 category. She missed out on winning a world championship 2 years ago, but she is a world champion for Australia. 468. Gita Hanan of Belgium with a silver, and Tomomi Tozawa of Japan picks up a bronze medal. Women's long jump, T63.
2 world titles for Vanessa Lowe for 2 different countries. Always a seat in the commentary box.
With coordination impairments who compete standing. The impairments typically affect the ability to control legs.
So back to the track.
Arms and
They
hands.
just keep on coming. Women's 100 metres T38 final. The reigning world champion, Paralympic champion, and European champion goes in this one, Sophie Hahn of Great Britain. In lane 2, from Germany, Nelly Moos. Another one who celebrates a birthday next week. She'll be turning 18. She was 6th in the long jump already here at these championships. Tania Castilla Cuesta of Spain, 14 years of age, from Bilbao. 7th in the 400, so she's been out on track. She knows what it's all about, and she'll need that experience. Luca Ekler of Hungary, gold here in the long jump, as she tries to add another medal on the track. The first of 3 who go from Great Britain, Olivia Breen, bronze in the long jump, losing the title she won 2 years ago in London. And next to her from Australia, Ella Pardee, 4th in the 100 at the 2018 Commonwealth Games for her. 6th in this event 2 years ago. And here she is, Sophie Hahn, world and championship record holder, world champion, Paralympic champion, European champion. She will go from lane 7. Also Commonwealth Games champion as well. Rhiannon Clark, the second of the Aussies, 17-year-old who made a debut at the Commonwealth Games in 2018. She got 100 metres silver in that one. And Ali Smith, who's an accountant, she'll be needing to crunch the numbers in this one if she wants to pick up a medal. She'll go from lane 9. So there is the world and championship record holder. Just 1/100th of a second between those 2 marks. The world record set in Loughborough in England in May of this year. The championship record set in London in the World Championships, and they've been asked to stand up.
Can we try and ensure All fingers are behind the line.
Green card is going to be shown. Not sure whether you caught that, but the officials making sure that all the fingers are behind the line. So the nerves jangle even more. Moose goes in 2, Castilla Cuesta it goes in 3, Eckler in 4, Breen in 5, Party in 6, Hahn goes from 7, Clark of Australia in 8, and Ali Smith in 9. They've been asked to stand up again. So clearly,
We show a green card very quickly. Please can we make sure our fingers are
well,
behind
Ella
the
Party is gesturing to the officials there.
line. On your marks.
So take 3. Pressure on the officials as well as the athletes. Such is the importance of this event, as every final is important.
Set.
This time they're away with no issues whatsoever, and getting away very fast indeed is Hahn, but also on the outside Rhiannon Clark has got away as well. But here goes Sophie Hahn. Hahn going across the line. She's going to take a gold medal again. Sophie Hahn, 12.38 seconds. She has broken her own world record. Sophie Hahn, 0.05 she's taken off her own world record in an absolutely outstanding run by the British athlete. Defends her title, sets a new world record in the process, and wins yet again. Eckler in second place for Hungary, 12.89 for her, a new lifetime best. And Rhiannon Clark of Australia, who started very quickly, she held on for bronze and a new Oceania record of 12.94. But there is the world champion, Paralympic champion, European champion and Commonwealth champion, Sophie Hahn. She got away very quickly after we had 2 stoppages for green cards. Away they got. Hahn jumped very quick, as did Clark on the outside, who got away very quick from Australia. But Sophie Hahn there after about 20 metres, she powers through. Eckler tries to go with her across there in lane 4. But Sophie Hahn out by about 5 metres and breaks her own world record. You're starting to run out of superlatives. Gold, gold, and more gold for Sophie Hahn of Great Britain. And doesn't even look like she's pressured by anything. Off goes the smile. She's done the job. That's what she came here for. Thomas Young in the middle, cheering on. He picked up a silver already here. But there is gold as Sophie Hahn talks Turkey afterwards. World record 12.38, taking 0.05 seconds off her own mark she set in May of this year. Eckler of Hungary with a lifetime best gets the silver, and Rhiannon Clark of Australia with a new Oceania record takes home a bronze in 12.94.
T52 final.
Are you ready for some more? It's the final of the men's 100 metres T52, another of the all-time greats coming in this. As a 9-time world champion, 6 double figures. Raymond Martin, the reigning world champion from London 2 years ago. Silver in the 100 though. 7 world titles for Hernandez Mondragon of Mexico. Sam McIntosh in this. Former world champion in Ito. former Paralympic champion in Ianota, former world and Paralympic champion in the form of Switzerland's beat Bosch in lane 2, the European champion in 2016 and 2014. Last time he was a world champion, his 4th crown in 2011. In lane 3 for Mexico, silver in the 800, bronze in the 200 in the 2013 World Championships in Lyon, Leonardo Perez. In lane 4, the reigning world champion, the 9 times world champion, and the 6 times Paralympic champion, Raymond Martin. In lane 5 for Japan, a first major championship of the Nissel New Creation Club, based in Nishimiya, Yuki Oya. In lane 6 for the United States, the 100 meters champion at London 2012, Gianfranco Iannotta. In lane 7 for Japan, the new world 400 meters silver medalist and the former 400 and 800 champion from the Worlds in 2011, Tomoyo Ito. In lane 8 for Australia, 4th in the 100 meters in the Paralympic Games in Rio, Sam McIntosh. And in lane 9 for Mexico, the 7 times world champion, 13 times world medalist, and gold medalist in Sydney 2000, Athens 2004, Salvador Hernandez.
On your marks.
Bosch 2, Perez 3, Martin 4, Oya 5, Iannotta 6, Ito 7, McIntosh 8, Hernandez 9. The last track final on a memorable night. Men's 100 meters, T52. They're away. Martin doesn't tend to start very quickly. Oya's got the jump on him at the moment, and Gianfranco Iannotta's flying for the United States. He could be another USA 1-2. In what order? Iannotta leading out Martin. Martin fighting back all the time. Can he nick it? Martin gets it. 16.88. Iannotta in 2nd place. It's another US 1-2 on a night of memorable finals, and Raymond Martin. This time it was the experienced athlete who came through to win, a 10-time world champion. 16.88, the winning time.
Yeah, you did. Jesus.
Just 500ths outside his championship record from London 2 years ago. That was Martin's only gold of the week 2 years ago. He's got his first gold of the week here. And Gianfranco Iannotta, who's never won a world championship gold, claims a world medal for the 4th time. But he was, of course, Paralympic champion in 2012. Ito 3rd for Japan, just ahead of his colleague Oya. Nothing unexpected about Martin's slow start, and it is T52 after all, the 2nd most restricted of the 50s wheelchair races. But Iannotta's start was tremendous. Hernandez fighting hard on our side, and then Raymond Martin comes into his own. Got closer and closer and closer, and then took Iannotta on the line. USA 1-2, Japan 3-4. Ito holding off Oya for the bronze, and Martin edging out Iannotta for the gold. Iannotta had won bronze in London 2 years ago, and this is the same 1-2 as in the 200 meters final in Lyon in 2013.
34 meters 48, personal best for the 2 Moroccans in silver and bronze. You can see that on the scoreboard.
Raymond Martin does it again.
World record in the F40 for Renata.
And after winning bronze in the 400 meters, he's got that golden touch again. 2 teammates with the utmost of respect and love and joy for the other's achievements. Iannotta gets the silver, Raymond Martin gets the gold. He just keeps coming back for more, and it's worth reminding ourselves he's still only 25. Raymond Martin, the world champion, his 10th gold. 16.88 seconds. Gianfranco Iannotto, the silver, 16.96. Tomoyo Ito, the bronze, for the next World Championship host Japan, 17.41. And just to track back to the previous US 1-2 where Mason edged out Young, world record 11.89. Deja Young herself was only 0.02 of a second outside her world record set yesterday morning.
Well, that's the end of the track finals for the evening, and what an evening it's been. Absolutely incredible. There are 4 heats to come in the women's 200 metres.
There was a night in Doha where you had a run of finals for about 2 hours, and you're just looking at it and say, this is a great athletics meeting, never mind it's a championships. This is just pure entertainment, and we've just had that ourselves for the past 2 hours.
And it goes ever so quickly, doesn't it? All of a sudden, before you know it, we're almost near the end of the session. It just absolutely flies. These are the nights you just don't want them to end. Well, we'll stay on the track, but there are no medals up for grabs in these ones. They are heats. This, the opening heat and the opening round of the women's 200 metres T11, complete visual impairment.
Time for the 4 first round heats of the women's 200 metres T11.
In heat number 4, the world record holder Libby Clegg of Great Britain will go in that one. But this is the first heat of all, and Ishitili, you see there, of Namibia. She's been busy already at these championships in the long jump and on the track.
Plus the next 4 fastest.
And Lu Ku Qing, who we saw pick up a silver medal yesterday. She won gold in this back in 2015. Silver in the last championships.
In lane 7, representing Angola.
3 to go in this, 4 in the next, 4 in the one after, and 4 in the last one. Adelino of Angola, her first major championship for the 20-year-old. She'll go from lane 7.
In lane 5, world ranked number
Lu
1,
Ku Qing,
Republic of China.
the top-ranked runner. Silver medal back at the Paralympics in 2016. Gold in 2015 at the Worlds, silver in London in 2017, and also gold in 2014 and 2018 at the Asian Para Games. And the lady who picked up Commonwealth Games bronze on the Gold Coast last year of Australia, Ishitili of Namibia, will go from lane 3.
On your marks.
And Lu Ku Qing has picked up silver over 400 metres at these championships already. The championship record, by the way, she holds a couple of them. Will spoke about it before. Teresina Guilhermina set 6 years ago in Lyon at the World Championships, the Brazilian. Libby Clegg goes later, the world record 24.44. So Lou struggled in the last 100 of the 400 when she picked up the silver. 200, maybe more to her liking. We'll soon find out. First goes straight through. After that, it is the next 4 fastest who will advance to the semi-final stage. And Lou does get away very quickly indeed. She's already up on the inside of Adelino of Angola. So Africans on the inside, Africans on the outside. It is China in the middle, splitting them, and Lu Ku Qing at the moment is really storming home and doing it quite easily. So she's going to go across and take first place, and after that, on the outside, it looks like Adelino has picked up second place. 26.04, the time for Lu Ku Qing, unofficially. So she takes first place. It has been ratified at 26.04. for the Chinese athlete. And Adelino does come in second place, 26.93. Her time. So that first 10 metres, Lou exploded out of the blocks, as you would expect. So much experience, so much pace and power. Adelino trying to stay with her on the outside as that guide helps her through. Ishitili did her best, but was pipped on the line. You see a guy really trying to get her across in the background there, Ishitili's guy, but Lu Ku Qing is through to the semi-final, and the Angolan, Adelino, has been disqualified. So that means Ishitili takes second place in a time of 26.99. That's a season best for her. It did look as though Adelino was almost being pulled along by the guide at one point there, so that may be the reason for it. We shall find out. Yep, that is it. It looked that way, and that is the reason. Rule 7.9, in case you want to look it up. So, Lu Ku Qing, 26.04, qualifies through to the semi-final. Season best of 26.99 for Ishitili. Adelino disqualified.
The women's discus throw, F41. Raoula Talili has got the gold for Tunisia, championship record, 34.48. Yusuf Karim has got the silver for Morocco, 32.06, a lifetime best. And Ireland's Steve McCarthy has got a world championship bronze, 29.70. I'm 3 rounds ahead of myself. That's only the halfway point. I'm really sorry. I'm sorry for exciting everybody. We're going to be here for another 2 hours watching it. No medals for me.
Who knows? You may be Nostradamus. You may be. It may finish that way.
So Tlili leads for Tunisia, Karim in the silver medal for Morocco, and McCarthy in the bronze medal position for Ireland.
It's been a long 6 days.
It's not long enough. Li Wai of China due to go, 7th position at 26.57, and she is a lady who got off to a brilliant start, but who's trying to move herself on. There's been a world record, by the way, by the thrower Nate, Renata Slavinska, 24.65, but she's an F40, an athlete of shorter stature, and the F41's short stature.
If you are new to para-sport, para-athletics, sometimes you'll see that. You'll see world records which are not set by the person at the very top, because a couple of categories are put into one so we can get enough for a starting lineup.
And if you want the 2,000-word definition, go to paralympic.org. So Li Wai, 26.57, remains her best, and she stays in 7th spot. Fatia Amaima of Tunisia. North Africa excel in this competition. Tunisia have 3 of the top 6, Morocco 2 of the top 6, and the odd one out is Ireland's Steve McCarthy.
Who did a bit of guest commentary with us 2 years ago in London.
محاولة 34 متر 48.
They've got a massive para-athletics team. Amaima, the silver medalist in the discus in 2013 and 2015. She'll have to work hard to get back up there again, and bronze in Rio in the Paralympic Games. 27.56 remains her best, as that was just shy of 26 meter.
In lane 7, representing Turkey.
Her international teammate next up is Samar Ben Kaleb, lifetime best of 27.70.
Number 3 in the world for Brazil.
And we're now moving on to Hayat El Ghara of Morocco with a lifetime best of 29 meters in round 3. She is 70 centimeters off Niamh McCarthy of Ireland in the bronze medal position.
In lane 1, representing Cameroon. Judith Mariette Lebon.
It's a solid throw. It went towards her right side of the quadrant, but it stayed in. Major amount of former championship medalists in this. Just shy of her best of the night. 29 meters remains a lifetime best, and she is in 4th. Continuing the North Africa connection.
This is okay.
Yusra Karim of Morocco. Now, she's already thrown a lifetime best tonight of 32.06. It came in round 2. It has her in the silver medal position. And in the last 2 global championships, she's finished 4th in the shot.
Season's best, Gabriela Santos of Brazil.
Let's see what Karim can produce here.
What has been a great night, Brazilian sprinters.
That's a serious throw.
The challenge is either side of her.
Remember, the lines in increments of 10 meters in the throwing events are not here in this championship.
We've got Paula there, Dumbo of Angola. Hope she's okay.
So Karim looked to have thrown around 30 meters, and she did, but the wrong side of it. 29.69. She stays in the silver medal position. We're down to the last 8, by the way, in this. We're in round 4. And here is the woman that they all have to beat. The world record holder, the perennial champion, Raoula Tlili of Tunisia. The 6 times world champion, 4 times Paralympic champion across the shot and the discus. And she is the reigning world and Paralympic champion in both. That's why championship record tonight of 34.48. It's not a disappointment for the person whose record she broke, because that's her. She added 2 meters on it, the tally with which she won gold in London. And just a quick word, by the way, there was bad news for Angola in the previous heat of the women's 200 meters T11 as Adelina was disqualified. Regina Dumbo in heat 2 for Angola. She fell just before the line, and she's being helped at the moment. So clearly 34.48 in the previous round, and 32.72 is still beyond her old championship record going into this competition. And this is the world record holder in F40. Her old mark was 23.34. Her new mark, 24.65. She needed that world record to get into the top 8. She edged out Antonasia Ruiz Diaz of Argentina And there's a new Asian record, by the way, in 10th for Sarul Tugs Davarai.
Slavinska of Poland.
Well, that might be around 25 meters, actually.
Set a world record winner in her category, F14.
It's a red flag, though. Wasn't happy with it.
24.65 her best.
Actually, it was short of 20 meters.
Foul for her there. We go to
So that's 2 no throws for her.
This is round 5.
So Slavinska, well, she's had a world record night at the very least. Currently in the bronze medal position, the reigning European champion for Ireland. Silver in London, bronze in Doha, and silver in the Paralympic Games in Rio. It's Niamh McCarthy, 29.70 in round 4. And this, a 5th round attempt, looks to be a bit shy of 30. She's in this position by 70 centimetres ahead of Hayat El Ghara. From Cork, she studied biology and chemistry at UCC, University College Cork. It's knocking between 20 and the 30. And that won't be her best of the night. It was a massive leap of over 4 meters for her from her opening round attempt. That's actually quite decent, 27.78. There goes Samar Ben Koleb of Tunisia, lying in 5th place. Lifetime best of 27.70 in round 4. So, can she improve on her lifetime best? To get into the medal, she has to improve by exactly 2 meters. McCarthy is 29.70, Ben Koleb 27.70.
Women's 200 meters T11, round 1, heat 3.
Tunisia currently in 5th and 6th with Ben Koleb and Amaima. Ben Koleb here winning bronze in both the discus and the shot in the last World Championships in London, and silver in the shot in Rio at the Paralympic Games. 26.56. She does not improve. Li Wai of China lying in 7th spot. $27.53, her lifetime best set this year. She's hit 26.57 in the Asian Games last year. Silver in the discus and bronze in the shot with Yunnan province, and she was talent spotted again. Look where she is now, in the top 7 in the world, her first global championship. Really, she'd need to extend her lifetime best by an extra 2 meters plus, but not a very big plus in order to get into the medals. 7th is a solid performance so far. Still keeping some crowds in. The Brazilian fans are still here. What a night of thrills for them. So, Fatia Amaima Her penultimate throw, she's lying in 6th place. 3 global championship medals in her career. Had a bit of height to that. Maybe an improvement for Amaima. She's, again, 2 meters off the medals. Didn't compete in London 2017. But prior to that, in Doha and Lyon, silver in the discus both times at those World Championships. At the Qatar Sports Club and at the Stade de Rhône. She's showing good consistency with her throwing at least 27.05, and she stays in 6th. Hayat El Gara. One of 4 El Garas to represent Morocco in international para-athletics. Her best result has been 4th in this discipline at the last World Championships. 5th in the discus in Rio, 7th in the shot put. Her sister, Najat El Gara, Paralympic champion back in 08 and 2012. Oh, that's a belter! That is a belter. She likes it, and with very good reason. Now that could shake things up a lot. Lifetime best of 29 meters in round 3. She felt that was better. If so, how much so?
Thank
29 meters a lifetime best from round 3. It's a new lifetime best, 29.01. She stays 4th. Her sisters Najat and Layla have won Paralympic medals. Brother Mohammed, a World Championship bronze in Assen back in 2006, before the TV days. Yusra Karim of Morocco, lifetime best in round 2 of 32.06. This round 5. Fourth her best in any major championship. She's in the silver medal position now. Sent that out towards 30 meters again. It's just a little bit extra strength in the F41s compared to the F40s. The top 7 are all F41 athletes of short stature. The F40s shorter, and their best representative is an 8 out of 4 in this field of 15. 33.14, a lifetime best. She's come so close to Raoua Talili, just about 1.3 meters away. And here is our leader.
وهي حاليا تتصدر المجموعة بمسافة 34 متر 48.
Men's javelin F34.
Well, Raoua Talili, 34.48, the championship record in round 1, and that only 20 centimeters of her own world record. She continuously excels. 10 global titles, 4 Paralympic golds, 6 world championships across different disciplines. But she's fantastic with the discus. And look at that! It just stayed in. That might be a serious one. A wonderful throw by Raoua Talili.
تظهر على الشاشة ملخص رمي الرمح رجال فئة F34.
What has she done with this? The 34-48 was good. Her reaction, not so much. She knows more than us.
في هذا السباق وهو ترتيبه حاليا المركز الحادي عشر.
33.83, only 60 centimeters shy of her best and only less than a meter off the world record. Speaking of world records.
Yes. Slavinska. .24.65 with that third attempt, but since then
will be the women's 200 meters T11 round
she's
1
thrown
4.
2 fouls.
نستعد للسباق
She's in
الأخير للمظهر
8th position, throwing a
الرابعة 100 متر
world record in the F40 category.
She's the former European champion in this and the reigning European shot put champion. Finished second in the discus behind Neve McCarthy in Berlin last year.
Leah Biel Quintana.
Well, she's had a good night so far. World record. Can she get herself higher up the board and maybe even break it again?
In lane 3, the world record holder for Great Britain and Northern Ireland.
It won't be a world record,
Libby Clare.
but it's not a foul.
Representing Russia.
واحد ممثل روسيا.
Alina Samigulina. One place in the semi-finals to this final winner of the day.
So the 23-year-old Slavinska, her idol is Robert Lewandowski. Borussia Dortmund and Polish international, 22.59.
Top scorer in the Bundesliga this season.
It's okay.
For Bayern Munich. Neve McCarthy in the bronze medal position for Ireland, and there are still 6 to throw. She will have no further influence in the competition after this. Her 2 best throws have come in the last 2 rounds. 29.70 in round 4, the European champion. Bit of height in that. Was there the distance? Leave LAC in Cork. Now Lenihan from Cork. North Cork involved in her final earlier tonight where she finished 5th for Ireland.
Libby Clegg returning to the sport after maternity leave.
Neve McCarthy doesn't look the most satisfied. 26-64, and now she waits. Bronze medal position for her. Sama Ben Caleb of Tunisia. Bronze in both the discus and the shot in London. But a lifetime best in this. It shows how the standard's increasing. Her lifetime best, all those medals, and she's 5th right now. She's exactly 2 meters off bronze.
And Libby Clegg will make the semi-final as
and that may not do it.
Qualifiers along with Perez Lopez, Ishitile. And Tanon Wong of
It's always
Thailand.
been a case
They
of
will be
trying
the
to
non-winners who will
upend
go
the
through to
other
the
Tunisian,
semi-final.
Raoula Tilili. Tunisia were always guaranteed a medal in this. There was a prospect, maybe of a clean sweep for them, but not anymore. 27.02, and Ben Caleb is in 5th place, but she may not finish there.
Leeway of China.
So 2 events still in train. The women's discus throw has just 4 throws remaining. 5 including the That's 5, including Li Wei of China, who's coming into the circle in 7th place.
Li Wei silver in the Asian Games last year. 18 years of age. That won't count. Let it slide out to the right. So there won't be an improvement. Her first of 26.57. And hasn't improved on that since. Went backwards for a couple. Went back up for one. Went down
of Tunisia
and
is
the
in
last,
6th place.
as you can see, sliding off just outside the quadrant there. A foul. So she's 7th. Last attempt of Fatia Amaima of Tunisia. .27.56 she's got to beat to improve on what she's thrown so far. She wants to go up any further ahead of her Tunisian compatriot Benkola. She would need to find 15 centimetres.
In that men's javelin competition, which has been going on since about May, we've got one last thrower into the circle. Faizi Razik of Tunisia, just warming up for his throw, still led by that.
Well, it's another lifetime best for Amaima. 27.74, but it's 5th for her, and we've 3 throwers to go. Lily and Karim definitely will have medals. The athlete currently in bronze does not.
This is Hayat El Gara of Morocco.
Hayat El Gara of Morocco.
69 centimetres behind Neve McCarthy.
29.01. 4th in the discus in the last World Championships in London. She's lying 4th in the discus in Dubai. Neve McCarthy in 3rd for Ireland. Hayat El Gara of Morocco in 4th. This to determine who gets that medal. 29.01 her best. She was 69 centimetres away. Has she got it? She put so much into it. Little clap of the hand. She gets the white flag. It's a fair throw. It's between Ireland and Morocco for the bronze. El Garas came so close in London, but missed out. She gave it a huge amount, El Garas, so she needs 29.71 to make it. El Garas, it's 28.61, she's 4th. And Neve McCarthy wins bronze for Ireland. Their first medal of the week in Dubai at these World Championships. And now it's down to the head-to-head battle for gold. Yusra Karim of Morocco, who's never won a major championship medal before. She has now, but will it be silver that she's currently in, or gold? She's broken her lifetime best 4 times tonight. In fact, I do her a disservice. All 5 of her throws have been past her lifetime best. Can a 6th win a gold? It's a serious one. It's up around 30 metres. 33.14 in the penultimate round. Has her 1 metre 34 behind Raoul Talily's 34.48. Lily on the brink of another world title. What's she done? What's she done? She's celebrating. It's another lifetime best, but it's not gold. It's silver for Karim. 33.59, and Raoul Talily is the world champion for a 7th time. Karim celebrating with Hayat El Kara, who finished 4th. It's an 11th global title for our Tlili.
.34.48 is her championship record from round 3.
Her best throw of the night, a new championship record, 20 centimetres off her own world record. It's the only thing that she's lacking tonight. Trying to put so much into her final throw. Again, it's in and around 30 metres. She's the ultimate champion when it comes to this, and almost unbeatable.
So results are on the scoreboard. It's bronze for Ireland.
And it's a red flag. It won't count.
For Morocco.
She felt herself it wasn't enough, and she stepped out. So Rawa Tlili takes the gold again. It's her 7th World Championship title to go with her 4 Paralympic crowns. A championship record. And in the end, Yusra Karim with a lifetime best, 33.59, all 6 of her throws, beyond her previous lifetime best. She gets the silver, her first major championship medal. Tlili has been around this track before, and she is the world champion yet again. Successfully defending her crown, 34.48, championship record. So the women's discus F41, gold for Tunisia, Rawa Tlili, championship record 34.48, so close to a world record. Yusra Karim, the silver for Morocco, and Niamh McCarthy, the bronze for Ireland. A new Asian record for Sarultugs Tavagai of Mongolia in the F40. Of course, we called the top 3 about an hour ago, but
wonderful shot of the Burj Khalifa over to the right-hand side there. Women's shot put F54. Madonos Subovida with a world record of 8.19. Bogacheva of Russia with a season best 7.64 takes the silver. And Guadarrama of Mexico, 7.47, picks up the bronze medal. So China way out in front now, 17 gold, 16 silvers and 7 bronze. They're on 40, but it's been a very good night for Brazil. They're up to 9 gold medals now, 25 in total. Great Britain also picking up medals along with Australia and Germany. Tunisia in 10th position. Japan in 14th.
In that men's javelin, 5 throws remaining.
Latvia through Apinas, who picked up a medal over the last couple of days.
And Diana Dadzita as well.
Exactly. They are in 19th.
Netherlands with a magnificent run. 6 gold medals, 6 medals along the way so far, and what great discoveries they've made this week. Chile with a gold, France a gold, Kuwait, Namibia, Norway a storming 100 meters. Spain now have 6 medals on the board, none yet gold. Belgium through Peter Kennan, picking up a wonderful silver, and Gitta Einen behind Vanessa Love, Australian, the women's long jump. Turkey with 2 bronzes, Azerbaijan, Indonesia, Korea, 1 bronze each.
At 34 meters. Fact, second, third,
Missed the last train again.
34 meters something.
And Ireland have a bronze as well, but not on the board yet. They'll be there tomorrow. But another spectacular night, and what a meeting. So many world records, drama on the track throughout.
Absolutely, it's been action-packed indeed. A superb night of para-athletics. We've really enjoyed it. Until next time, from me, Tolson Toller and Will Downing, it's bye for now.
إلى 30 متر 90 ويستعد المحاولة الخامسة لتحسين الرقم.
(31-31). He is getting there, but now he's only got one last chance to get something out near 34 meters to get onto the podium. It will be the final bit of athleticism on day 6 of Dubai 2019.
محاولة